I think oftentimes when people hear me and see me, they think that I'm a fool. They think that somehow or another I've lost my mind, that I'm not down with the in crowd. They've said that nobody would love me and that I'm an outcast. But let me say this here now. We can be clear about anything. Please let me be clear about this. And I pray that it's received and understood. I don't want to be one of you. I don't want to be one of you weak men, weak people.
For my brother,
I'd rather die. Death is welcome rather than to call myself you spineless black men.
Side high, I ain't your traditional. Rapper smoking medicinal, stayed in detention. Life is all about principle, cynical ass niggas. Sorry that I offended you. I bring something different while niggas sounding identical. I'd rather drown in a swimming pool than to let you imbeciles stop me from topping my pinnacle. Try me blocked by the genitals. Trust me, it's not intentional. It's the difference between a gangster and a criminal. Cause real gangsters can't do Breakfast Club interviews. A lot of you niggas don't own a business suit. A slave for every pair of Michael Jordan tennis shoe. But anywho, got your bitch walking around like she winning pool with no bottoms on, just the top of her swimming suit. What you gon' say when them niggas gon' try to get at you? Them in what army, or you just talking in general? Cause in the end, we all gon' die like them Seminoles, nigga. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up, these niggas weak. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up, these niggas weak.
I look at the sorry state of black men in America today. The destruction of the family, the loss of integrity. When as a young boy, black shot down every day for years without stopping, when I look at what we are as black people, I'd rather be dead than to continue to live against such.
Y'all ain't trying to start a revolution. Y'all looking for a restitution. Niggas kill each other every day and ain't no evolution. My partner shot 100 niggas and it was never proven. We just labeled him a gangster and kept it moving. Let me give you the same outcome, separate shooting. A white man kill a black, we holler persecution. So instead of looting, it's time to find some better schooling. You can act like y'all don't understand when I'm elocuting. Did I stutter? I was never Reuben. Y'all ain't no Black Panthers. You wasn't there with Newton. You ain't Martin Martin. Try to better humans. Instead of all these rappers, we need some better students. It's time to rebuild the neighborhoods that we helped to ruin. And the NAACP, y'all need some help recruiting. Fuck a resolution, let's get some retribution. I feel like Malcolm X when he left the movement. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up, these niggas weak. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up, these niggas weak. Y'all know what it is, yeah, I said it, nigga. All you niggas laying up with these bitches with no condoms and shit. Having mistake babies and shit, leaving these women to motherfucking raise your kids by their motherfucking self. Yeah, my nigga, I said it. You don't like what's going on in the motherfucking America, leave this motherfucker. When they said we were free, my nigga, that mean we were free to go back where the fuck we came from, my nigga. Yeah, a whole motherfucking continent that belong to us, nigga. It's called Africa, motherfucker. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all ain't trying to start no revolution. Y'all motherfuckers spent 10 bands on the motherfucking section in the motherfucking club. 10 bands to build a whole motherfucking neighborhood in Nigeria, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I know I said I was going live on Signs with Sean, man, but I needed to give some traffic to the channel. So I don't know if anybody will actually catch this stream, but I actually we give people some time to actually get here. So I was just on the Dagger Squad channel, Brother Garfield podcast. And of course, this dude Kiowa gets on the panel. And I really don't like talking to him because he doesn't have sources. And he claims that he had a typo in the chat the other night because I wouldn't let him speak without a source, where he said that he doesn't descend from a group of people that he's associated to, and then he claims that he never said that he didn't descend from them. That was, a different argument per se. Long story short, he's mixed matching stuff, and he's confusing a lot of us, and he's very difficult to believe. And it's unfortunate that we try to play nice with them and let people like him on a panel with people that actually have evidence for their positions. And I don't think that he fully understands anything that was said to him. So he wanted to argue back and forth with me or whatnot, and that was cool. However, I gave him a little quick rundown or synopsis about my family and what I've learned. That my family traces back to coming off, the starting point of what would be deemed our last name comes from South Carolina, off a boat. And these people were, instrumental in the Caribbeans. They were good at sugar or whatever. But Danny threw me a gem, true story, and he threw me a gem and was like, the people who had small plantations, like North Carolina area, because Tennessee was a part of that North Carolina area. He was like, man, they couldn't afford to buy certain type of people, so they would purchase slaves from the Caribbeans and so on and so forth, right? Because they needed them to pick. They needed them to pick cotton. So, I mean, not cotton, I'm sorry. Tobacco. I apologize. Tobacco. So I was trying to ask the brother if he needed me to give him a manifesto, right? Of people coming off a boat. He wanted the boat in particular. So I want to show y'all what a manifesto looks like. Now, if I provide you every manifest of slaves that entered South Carolina in the early 1800s to the mid to late 1800s, the manifest would read like this: on board the such and such Texas of New Orleans, whatever, tons of whatever, is present at the master of whoever, on the port of whatever. It would have names. Look at the names in this manifest. This around 1860. Caleb. Thanks. Yeah. Anyway, these are the names that it would say. Now you tell me, how am I supposed to identify what he wants me to identify, right? I could just go by the name. Nah, I can't go by the actual name, right? Because a name was given to everybody that was purchased after the fact. If you understand what I'm saying. Like if you came in Overton or Abram or Daniel or Nick or Woodson or John, you don't know that. Let's say you just came in like it. But here's the funny part. I actually have some names. I have some names. And I didn't want to really get on that on the show, but I got some names. But what I don't have is the time to look for this specific manifest in South Carolina, which I do think is available to us. I have to go back and look. Long story short, I don't care nothing about showing a boat. I can show a boat. But if I show him this manifest 1820 dealing with North Carolina and it looks similar to this, I'm just showing you as an example, and it looks similar to this, does he accept it or does he reject it? Or does he say that I'm making it up? But what would his response be if I pulled up the manifest of slaves in South Carolina around 1820? How would he be able to dismiss the source? He's going to have a real hard time. What's the interloper? I don't know. But so it looked like somebody said in the chat, well, Denise says in the chat, the guy irritates her. And I think one of the reasons why the guy irritates you, Denise, is because he's disingenuous. He literally came on the show on Science with Sean and said what he said. In saying what he said, he turned around and said something to contradict what he said. And he exposed his mama and his grandmama, really more so his mother, to this community and his claim, because he got her thinking that she's Native American. We don't know if that's his mama or not. It could be his girlfriend, and she might be ugly, and she might just be saying, yeah, I said that. We don't know. We can't substantiate nothing dealing with Kiowa. My point is, I show him the manifest of slaves coming in, and then I point him in a direction to a specific name of a person, not a last name, but a first name of a person, their age and height, and what they labeled them as. What would he then say? What he gonna say? Nah, he ain't knowledgeable at all. So let me do a live demonstration. Hold on. Let me do a live demonstration of something in particular, right? Y'all hear me typing, right? Hold on. All he has is questions. He doesn't. I don't think that people really understand, and that's the frustrating part, is that all he has is questions. He don't have nothing else. So look, I want to show y'all something, right? So everybody should know this, but look where I'm going with this. Let me get right here. This is an example of plantation record listing slave and birth deaths. So they got an example of that right there, but that ain't what I want. What I want to show y'all is the shipping manifest. Now, let me do this. Right? Slave ship wanderer. I did a whole presentation on there. Let me see if I can find the manifest. I don't need that one. Why is it significant? I'm finna tell you why. You see this? The last slave ship, the wanderer, the logbook. It's the book. That's the logbook. But let's see if they provide us with information out of this logbook. Now, in my presentation, I actually have the examples that were written in the logbook of the Wanderer on the Masi Warrior Clan YouTube channel. And I never showed nobody this website right here, but I have it where it says on the night of such and such and such and such. Right? Like this stuff looks like this. I'm gonna go back to it in just a second. But if I show him that, is it acceptable? Let me go back. Show y'all what I'm talking about. Tyson, shut up. Because you're just sitting there breathing hard for no reason. It's annoying. All right. Notice I also showed some names of the boats. This is the schooner. So this is a manifest of the slaves from the schooner ship. And you see it doesn't have any last names. It just say Willis, Jack, Hector, Adam, Maria, Mary. Right? Mary is mulatto. They got one up at is black. I don't know what these mean in the middle or what they indicate, but they could be mixed ancestry or whatever. All right. And then it has either they have the owner's name, which will be simultaneously, or these little emblems right there could be black, 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 just repeating. Instead of them having to write black on all of them, there's only two distinguishers and they just do that. And the residence is all the same. So it looks like that's the correlation of what they are insinuating. So Willis is a male, Jack is a male, Hector is a male, Adam is a male, Maria is a female, and then it doesn't say female right here. So it looks like that's the pattern, consistent pattern of explanation. Will he accept that? Because that's the type of research that I do. And it's going to be consistent. So if I go and I pull this book up and it go and show you the manifest and it tells you that this person came off this, I mean, it necessarily doesn't refer back to the boat because all of them don't refer back to the boat unless I'm specific. I went to the Wanderer. Watch this. Dang, what I did. That's New Orleans and somewhere else. So you got to be specific. Look at this. Yeah, he gonna say he said he gonna say the picture's fake. Yeah. He gonna try to get out of it one way or the other. He's gonna try to get out of it one way or the other, bro. Like, seriously. Like, and I don't think that y'all really fully understand what was going on. But these manifests are everywhere. And they tell on the people who doing all of this to us. It does. I was trying to see, I was trying to buy some time to see if those type of dudes will come in the chat, but I don't see them. So I'm gonna just move on a little bit. But look, manifest of Negroes, mulattoes, and persons of color taken on board. And then this says the schooner. And then it runs down. Remember, I did a presentation with the primary to the schooner on that as well. Notice there's no last names on the manifest, but it tells you how many people were there and the first names of those people. And then the description. So, and this guy first and last name stuff, but this is a different situation here. It was dealing with. But this is what I'm talking about. We have evidence to support. Some of us don't go digging that deep to substantiate certain things. But when you get a lead on your family and you follow up on it, then the only thing that you can do is just to keep digging. So there are records. Hold on. Because the book in my phone, this family book in my phone. So let me go back and so I can be specific. So hold up. I had no shame in my game in telling y'all about the white man. You know what I'm saying? My people had to work for. No shame in my game. None. The first Phillips come from Virginia. And then you got the Phillips of North Carolina. North Carolina, they go to South Carolina to purchase. That would back up what Truth was saying. Yo, man, I don't get it. And they were thick on the Christianity naming. There's a website. It's called Virginia Land Office Patents and Grants Electronic Collection of the Library of Virginia. From that website, you can go on there and you can look up land grant information, or even look for records that way. But the book was put together as a nice resource to trace and tie everything back. But it's too much. I have to go back in and get that to y'all another day because I really ain't in the mood. I'm in the mood to argue. Yeah, it's fine. They can wait on my channel. I don't care if they wait on it or not. Right. Then he runs in circles while asking questions. Yeah. I don't know if anybody want to join, but y'all are welcome to join, man. If it's something you want to talk about, or if it's a different subject matter, you can hop on to join. Oh, let me put this disclaimer up real quick because I might want to show y'all something just in case. These niggas weak. And happy birthday to Kofi's wife, y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all go, if y'all are friends with Kofi on Facebook, make sure that you go tell Kofi's wife happy birthday. Please go tell Nanya happy birthday. She would appreciate it if y'all went over there and told her happy birthday. Please. So what I want to do is I can do this though. I can do this for fun. I mean, I put the link in the chat, and I don't care who you are. Over here, I'm not going to mute you out because, Kofi is about fairness, but I will mute you out if you're being stupid. And I really want to engage the chat. I mean, engage a source and not an opinion. But this dude was saying that this is his great granny or whatever. But if I go back and play the video, right, he don't claim anything that is associated with his great granny. Waccamaw and Cape Fear Indian. He sends us in the direction to the Saponi. Now remember, look, I got sources. North Carolina Native American legends and folklore, the first Americans. I got sources that's dealing with all of that stuff that he is claiming. Remember, I got it. But he is claiming command find Saponi. But remember, the Saponi aren't designated, right, as that. But this is what he's claiming. So his people is something else, and he claiming yada yada yada, Saponi, because that is initially what he claims. And if he say he didn't claim any of that, then we have the video to be able to substantiate it and back it up. Sutek was there. A lot of y'all that are in the chat right now heard the dude bring up the Saponi. But he never gave us anything about those people. But what he did say is that he comes from multiple tribes. So hold on one second. Let me get to the little treat that I want to bring up. The link is in the chat, man. This ain't a me show. It's whoever. Also remember on 4/2, Kofi will be live with Jedam Unk Heka Ra. He doing a Warrior Scholar show with that brother. Make sure y'all tap into that show. And that should be very informative. Do I know who that brother is? No, I don't know who he is. But we're gonna learn who this dude is. I need to change my thing. Switch account. These weak. And anyone claiming to be indigenous to this land will have to have a scientific conversation, and it will not be supportive of their position once we get into that realm. So Honey Clark is on the panel. Is my screen still sharing?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me stop sharing my screen. What's good? What's up?
Nothing. I just want y'all to know that you can't say nothing to me about research, methodology, or anything anymore. Y'all talk to these people, and he didn't have none. I don't know if they understand. Like, you can't just make a claim like that and just say it's like that because I said so, and I have anything that backs it up. But I don't think that he realized that. Like we can't just take your word. Whatever you think you know, if you don't bring it, then we don't know what you know. So, like, I don't like, because he brought his mom.
Yeah, he effed up right there.
So it was like, I don't know. What does she think that we know? Because we don't know. Whatever y'all think y'all know, we don't know that.
Right. And she was someone was in the background insinuating won't you just tell him, show him. And he kept on not wanting to show anything. So that's part of me. I feel like he hiding something. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think that it's because it may have been enough for him to believe, but he knows it's not enough like empirical evidence to make it like a fact. It's kind of like he probably just linked it. Because I mean, if you have it, you would have just shown it.
With no problem. Wouldn't even be no argument. Wouldn't be no argument. When you got evidence, you don't hesitate.
Then they wouldn't do the origin story. He wanted to deflect. But is it African? Like, no, you got to stick to the subject. You claimed it was Native American or Aboriginal or Indian or whatever you're saying. Then you just have to prove it's that. Don't nobody got to prove it's anything else. Is it that or is it not? I don't see a whole tribe or a whole either family of Spaldings saying that they're Native American. You putting that on this family. Yep. They're not saying that. What's up, Sabia?
Sabia, what else, Sabia?
This stuff keep unmuting and muting.
What else, Sabia? Your mic was open, bro. You just closed your mic.
Okay.
Maybe you're scared.
Yo, what up, y'all? My mic tripping. That's the StreamYard.
I thought you was scared, Sabia.
See, it just closed again.
What's going on?
He got mad at Sabio's origin story question, but he wanted to deflect it to African origin stories. But even though like we was but we were displaced, right? Your claim is that you're not displaced. You're in the place of your origin. So you should know your origin story. We're displaced. We're claiming to be displaced. So yes, we wouldn't know the origin story of the exact place that certain people came from all the way over there, even though we know some of them. We may not know the exact one because we're probably a mixed of different countries and different tribes of Africa. But when you're claiming to be from here, you don't have that excuse. I don't understand how you claim to be from here and say you don't think you want to. Oh, well, y'all don't know your origin story. We ain't from here. You are. Supposedly.
That was the whole point of me asking that question.
That was your whole point, Sabia? I thought you was trying to get it something else, Sabia.
Grandmaology.
Why you keep muting your mic? Bruh, what kind of microphone you got, bro? Where you get it from? So we can make sure that don't nobody else go get that mom. Denise got mad at the dude. That's how you know when she get mad at you, boy, you real pseudo. Cause she be talking to some pseudo motherfuckers, bro. If she get mad at you, you super pseudo. That's no cap. Like I ain't even
Anu Kakarot. Yeah.
What the hell Sabia talking about?
You say what, Sean?
What you talking about?
If she can have a conversation with the electromagnetic God, man, and not get mad at that, yeah, that's a different level of patience.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could get mad at that though. That's a doctrine. It's actually science.
That's silly as hell.
It's science. He just put it in religious terms.
Electromagnetic God.
Mm-hmm. God is electromagnetism.
Don't change the topic, Xavier. We on the elbow. We on the elbow.
Well, the elbows ain't coming back around. They got to go find them some creation stories.
We already asked him about that creation story before. That's why he Smokescreen wanted to talk about culture, but he was gonna lose that too. Because all I was gonna do, I was going to Africanisms in America, and then I can go all the way around the South. I can show little Africa and Mississippi. I can do all that.
But see, when he talked about culture, that's part of the culture of Native Americans. That's part of their culture. They know their creation stories. Like, that's why I brought that up.
I don't disagree, because when you talk about culture, you talk about origin story. That's a fact. So you can't run from that. But I think that he didn't want to have that discussion because he don't have evidence. All he gonna say is he gonna try to say my mama. You know what I'm saying? My mama and my daddy had sex. Yada 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 yada.
And that right. Well, that disqualified him from the conversation at that point.
Correct. So he can't be Smoke Signal. How the hell he get a name Smoke Signal? What Smoke Signal? Why are you named Smoke Signal? And what is the importance of your name?
YouTube. We give them too much. We give them too much leeway, and I'm not giving them no leeway. Them slave codes hurt them. You see how they tried to disqualify them by saying the way it was written. Like, I'm not playing with them anymore. Y'all not finna keep disrespecting my people in my face, and I'm just gonna sit here and take it. Because that's what they're doing.
I don't know. I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
I just don't understand the saying that you're native to here, but not knowing anything about it.
Right.
I don't get that. Like, what is? I don't get the whole thing. I don't even get bringing up Spalding, and it's not a Native American family. Like, none of it's making sense.
That was to detach him. That was to attach himself to something other than African.
Yeah, but it didn't successfully attach him to what he was claiming either.
He didn't care as long as it wasn't African.
Yeah, I guess.
You see what
That's
the dude Matthew.
self-hatred.
You see what the dude Matthew did. I made him run. The man said protons, electrons, and neutrons are not real.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? I didn't understand that.
Like, they're gonna have to stop. Smoke. That dude, I grew up with him in Pasadena. We went to school together. He just don't remember.
Is that the dude that said that he took a DNA test down the street from KFC?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So right down the street from where he's talking about in Pasadena, there's a clinic where they did DNA tests and AIDS tests and things like that. It was like a clinic. I know exactly where you're talking about on Ferrell's and Tremont, right down the street from KFC. I know exactly where you're talking about.
Yeah, but he's still a damn lie too.
Hey, what up, people?
What else?
Hey, so that's why the one dude wanted to throw out his DNA. He took it 6 times, and not one time did it say what he wanted it to say.
Tragic.
He said he took it in 2005.
He said he took it 6 times. It said 6 different things, and none of them was
He
what
don't
he
know
wanted
that.
them to say.
But he
So-
don't know that each company tests something different. That's why you get the results you get, because they're not all looking at the same stuff.
They got different sample sizes and all that shit.
Right.
But
these
either
don't-
way it goes, not one of those 6 said that he was Native American.
Right. Then he said he had Siberian blood.
Siberian.
So soon he say he's Siberian, that means he got archaic human DNA in him. That means that if he does do a test, it will show that he has that DNA. And then he would also show those 2 characteristics of the Novacents in his face, in his facial features, which all Native Americans show.
Well, he didn't have none of that in his facial features.
And Smoke Signal didn't want to cut his camera on. Have you not noticed that they all do that?
Mm-hmm.
They be running from that camera.
Because they know that African phenotype is strong.
That brother, boy.
Them West African features gonna pop out and they ain't gonna know what to do with them.
Kiowa lie so much, and then try to come on there and say I'm lying. What did I lie about?
I was waiting on his sources.
Bro,
he showed one source. He never showed the book.
The book was upstairs. She said, I can go upstairs and get the book. I heard his mama.
This nigga got beat up a week straight and ain't brought one source.
Not a one.
Was that Sutek?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What up, Sutek?
Blowing on that good.
Yeah. So it's a 40-plus-year-old nigga in the back chat begging for my attention with a Kango hat on. I refuse to go back and forth with a nigga over 40 years old that wears a dog mask in Mississippi. I know the humidity in Mississippi. I know that motherfucker stink. I refuse to do it with you, dog. I refuse. Stop trying to get my attention, bro. I'm a boy, Damon.
Who are you talking about? Anu?
If that's what the nigga want to call himself.
He not in Mississippi. He in St. Louis. You said dog mask. When you said dog mask, I knew who you was talking about. You talking about the Anubis mask?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I knew exactly who you was talking about.
Party City mask, like a goddamn fool.
You an idiot. He said in Mississippi, he in St. Louis. It is humid in St. Louis, though.
Either way it go, you too old to be wearing a dog mask on your face, bro. You too old for that shit. I hope you're listening.
You think he on Assassin's Creed, man? Let him play.
I'll go get him.
Nah, you just hold tight.
Let him play Assassin's Creed Origins, man.
Tell him bring his Kango hat. Tell him bring his Kango hat. We got some LL Cool J rhymes for him to recite.
That's crazy.
The Lost Book of the Abos.
I gotta show something. I gotta show something.
Maybe they can get together and write them a creation story.
Something.
How they created the Abo community or some shit.
The key to truth.
And y'all not gonna believe this shit, yo. You're not going to believe this. Remember I did a video about the research guy? Remember I did a video about his DNA being 24% native? Now I don't believe him. It's cap. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's cap. Yo, share this video. This is going to be the craziest shit you've ever seen a pretendian do. But he's been caught red-handed. Yo, he literally tried to change my ancestor. My ancestor, my fourth great grandfather. He tried to turn him into an Indian. He tried to get me, but he fucked up because he left a paper trail. He left a paper trail. Now, I know you guys saying, YK, you got to prove it. Well, I'm going to prove it to you right now. You see this picture right here? Now, I'm going to take you to my fourth great grandfather. And he tried to create a family tree with his name in it and turn him into a Cherokee. So I can go to my channel and be like, look, y'all, I found the Cherokee in my ancestry. This is what he did. So we know that that whole DNA shit was a scam. It's cap. Because if you go to lengths of trying to change my genealogy to make me believe I'm an Indian, what would you do for your own self if you want to be an Indian? See, y'all see bread in this. Y'all see a bag in this. Let me show you. Let me show you something real quick. So y'all see it, right? It says Israel Hamilton. Now I'm going to go and show y'all what he did. Here it goes. So this is my tree. And I'm going to go and click on my fourth great grandfather, right? This dude has been caught red-handed. Red-handed, yo. Watch this. Right? I'm going to click it. This is my fourth great grandfather, right? Now I'm going to go to hints, right? Now watch this. I'm going to go to family members. Now look. This nigga created a whole tree. You see this? He created a whole tree. You see it says death, Cherokee Nation, different. Nowhere over here does it say he was in a Cherokee Nation. He even went to the extent, yo, this shit is crazy, man. These pretendians are crazy. He even went to the extent of leaving a picture. Look, he put a picture. Now look when I click it. It's him. It's the same dude that I just showed you. He was so stupid that he left. He left a picture of his face. Yo, this dude tried to fabricate my family tree, yo. The research guy got caught trying to turn my ancestor Cherokee. The research guy, everybody go to his channel and let him know that he's a liar, and it shows what he's willing to do in order to make you think that you're an Indian. He went and created a tree, but you got exposed because I'm not stupid, bruh. We catch scammers like you all the time. This is why you don't show your face like that. Wow. Bruh. A Pretendian got caught trying to change your boy YK the Truth ancestors into a Cherokee. And this goes to show you what they would do to be a Pretendian and to get money from you, yo. Y'all share this video, man. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. I'm out. Peace.
What's up? What y'all got to say now? What y'all got to say?
That was an epic failure. Like, that's how far they go. They going to lengths like that.
Well, you got Dane Calloway plagiarizing articles that are still circulating around the internet today. So rightfully so, you can best believe that they're creating these genealogy trees, and they're doing it with the intention to trace them back into some places that would allow them to be associated with said Indians.
That was an epic failure.
I believe they caught the Phoenix Moon chick fabricating a genealogy tree as well.
Wow.
On Sinetta, but they looking bad out here.
I mean, it's just the extent that they would actually go to be able to do all of that.
Like, do you know what? Like, really? Like, the hatred? Are you really that hateful of yourself? That's the question I have to ask myself at this point. Do they really hate themselves that much to where they have to create a fictitious tree for somebody else?
That's how I go, bro. That's how I go.
Man, they need to go get together. If they got that much ability, they got the ability to come together and write them their own native creation story. Shit.
I'm not understanding what's wrong with being of African descent.
Me either. The only thing I can see is slavery.
Yep, them niggas ashamed. It's a shame that their ancestors were engaged in slavery.
I think it's more to it than that. I think it's all of that. It's everything that we could think of. Denying slavery, denying the slave trade, denying affiliation.
They have a colonized mind then?
Yeah, everything. The white man created this, the white man did that, all that shit.
So they trying to force agency to change hands. They trying to basically make history change hands and rewrite history because they don't like the way history is.
That's what black colleges do.
I mean, but okay, if you're a descendant of a slave here, you're a descendant of like a very strong people who endured like a lot from getting here to still being here to being your ancestor. They're really strong and really smart people. They navigated place where I don't understand where you would be like feeling like that's not a thing you want to do. You want to be Native American, but you don't even know the Native American culture. You going around with the name Kiowa with all the L's those people took. You can possibly know it.
Right.
They
Like
got
when they like
smashed.
like the other where the Kiowa come from. I knew Kiowa was about a horse. Like, how you don't know about the horse, bro? Like this things like this that be making me question these dudes. Like, if you don't know about where they got the name of the tribe from the like, bruh, it comes like, come on, bruh, it's a movie. I saw the damn horse in the movie, an old western. Like,
Hey, read that, honey. The both paragraphs. Well, really, I want you to read the main paragraph first, and then the second paragraph.
Hold on, I gotta blow up. Cape Fear Indians were likely associated with North Carolina's eastern Swan tribes.
Hold on. Can you see it clear now?
Yeah.
That should have helped you out.
Possibly the Wakamo, but it's not clear whether they were independent or part of some other tribe. The native name for the tribe is unknown, and no vocabulary has been preserved. Although 5 Cape Fear Indian villages were reported to have existed in 1715, the only village mentioned by name is Nichols, located approximately 20 miles from the mouth of the Cape Fear River, probably in modern-day Brunswick County. The tribe's population in 1600 was estimated at 1,000. Contact with the Cape Fear Indians was made by several early voyagers, including Giovanni de Verrazzano in 1524 and William Hilton in 1661 and 1663. Hilton is reported to have met with Watusa King of the Cape Fear Indians at Crane Island, now Big Island, about 13 miles below Wilmington. Wakusa is said to have sold Hilton the river and contiguous lands. In 1664, after settlers seized some Indian children and sent them away, evidently into slavery, the Indians drove the settlers away. Threatened by increasing European settlement, the Cape Fear Indians in 1695 asked Governor John Arkdale for protection, which was granted. A few Cape Fear Indian scouts, accompanied by John Barnwell during the Tuscarora War in 1711 to 1712, many Cape Fear Indians were driven out of the Cape Fear region by Colonel Maurice Moore in a force of Tuscaroras during the Yamasee War in 1715. A Cape Fear Indian settlement at Big Sugarloaf, now in Carolina Beach State Park, on the east bank of the Cape Fear River, was decimated by Roger Moore in 1725 after an alleged Indian raid on his Orton plantation. Little presence of the tribe is reported on the lower Cape Fear River after 1730. Remnants of the tribe are said to have joined with the PD in South Carolina. No mention is made of the Cape Fear Indians after 1808.
All right. So there's nothing left of them, right? So let's go do us a favor and let's pull their ass up and see what happened to them.
they walk back to the place they came from, Sean, and they hiding behind the mountain.
It sound good. It sound good. Until you do this. Read this first sentence right there. There go the source. So I want to just let everybody know. Indian tribes of North America is the source. Go ahead.
Smallpox spread from Spanish colonies in Florida to the Carolinas in the 16th century. The population of the Cape Fear Indians was estimated to be 1,000 in 1600. A colonial census in 1715 recorded that they numbered 206.
That was in 1715.
Yeah.
There's another source. There's another source that says that they shrunk. They went down less than that. Now, before he got out of the last build, your boy Matthew posted this to argue against your source, Sabio. Let me put it on the screen. I don't know if you were aware of this or not, but this was his argument to counter the verbiage that was used in your source, which some kind of way still does not credit or discredit your source. But this is what he put on the screen.
He wouldn't he get brought up a papal bull?
Nah, this ain't that. Look what it is.
Oh, the enslavement and evangelization of Indians. Pope Paul the Fourth or Third. 1537.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's Oblivious Deuce. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's when they were, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, but this doesn't refute what you posted.
I know.
So I don't know why in the hell he did this. But I just wanted to put it on the screen over here because I'm just to let people know that I actually grab all of their sources. And he really didn't do all of that. He didn't do anything to counter your position. So smallpox was very influential in wiping out the second half of that lady's, would not necessarily who she descend from, but because there was so few of them, it made up her ancestry, right? But this is what I mean, like they're almost worse than Hebrews because they're still trying to figure, let's be real, they're still trying to figure this stuff out. What they're arguing against and trying to fight for, they ain't figured it out yet. So this is why they don't accept certain evidence, and they argue against it because they don't have a history of it or whatever. But that's a them problem and not a us problem. So what was the name of that tribe again? Somebody spell the name of the tribe for me.
The Waccamaw. I know why he brought this up. It's in the second line because it say the Indians of the South and West and South.
The Waccamaw, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me try to share all screens. By the way, Sutek is arguing, so if y'all don't hear from Sutek, he might have caught himself in responding to some idiocracy. All right, so y'all should be able to see the screen better now. I went too deep in these streets. Let me change this to one page. No thumbnail. I don't know. All right, there we go. Okay, so the Shakori and the Waccamaw, South Carolina. So let's find out who the Catawba, whatever these people are.
Catawba.
Yeah, for a long time, scholars were unable to place the unusual Catawba dialect in any language family. Now it is thought that the dialect is Siouan. There were many other Siouan-speaking peoples in Southeast, especially those in Carolina and Virginia, but few exist as tribes today. The Shakori.
Siouan means they're from the Sioux tribe.
Yeah.
They're part of the Sioux clan.
He ain't saying that though.
That's not what Suwan means?
Suwan, I don't know. We'll go back to it. The Catawba occupied ancestral territory in present-day border between North and South Carolina. So these would have to be the people, right, that he is insinuating or trying to identify with. And people are, okay, somebody else is in here. It's the Native American brother, Satepan Ra Mary Amin.
Yeah, man, I hear y'all talking about my people, man. I'm coming out here to shut it all down.
Shut it down, brother. Show everybody your moccasins that you get.
Nah, we're gonna say that for later, Playboy.
Okay, I got you. But
go ahead with the story though.
Yeah, the Catawba occupied ancestral territory in present-day border region between North and South Carolina, like most Southeast Indians, because that's what these people are. They were village dwellers depending heavily on agriculture for food. They typically locate their villages along rivers. When I told y'all that all the people that were here before everybody else getting here, they all did this. It's the Homo sapiens sapien in us. Near rivers. Their native name, here you go. Their native name, Esau or Isa, in fact means people of the river. Catawba pronounced Kata. Oh, okay, we saying it wrong. Sabio, Katabu. Possibly is derived from the Choctaw. Katapa, Katabu. For divided or separate. Yeah, go ahead. You ain't have none? All right, okay. Your mic messed up. Yeah, you were saying it wrong.
Katuba.
Yeah, the
Katuba.
Oh, yeah. They lived in a pole frame, back covered houses. They also constructed temples and worship. Here you go. We talking culture. As did other Southeast tribes. They supplemented their diet with fish and game from the river and forest. They were skilled potters. Kutaba, once a very numerous and powerful tribe, were traditional enemies to the Cherokee. So remember, there was something in there that he was arguing, trying to say that he was Cherokee. They had to identify Cherokee or whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Kutaba war parties traveled great distances to raid other Indians. So, just like the Kiowa, these people were raiders as well, sometimes even across the Appalachian Mountain to the Ohio Valley. The Spanish were the first Europeans to have contact with the Catawba in the latter part of the 1500s. The English explorers settled and developed the region in late 1600s and early 1700s. The Catawba wanted European trade goods. So when war broke out between the colonists and the Tuscarora in 1711-1713, they aided the colonists. In the Yamasee War, 1715, however, some Catawba war parties joined the Yamasee in attacks on the British settlements, rebelling against unfair trade practices, forced labor, slave raids on Indians. And after this brief period of unrest, the Catawba maintained peace in the colonies, but their numbers were steadily depleted. European diseases took their toll on them. 2 outbreaks of the dreaded smallpox in 1738 and 58 reduced the tribe by more than half. The Catawba also suffered from attacks on other Indians who were not always on friendly terms with the colonists, such as the Shawnee and the Iroquois. Catawba sided with the rebels in the American Revolution against the British. The Catawba had villages on both sides of the North and South Carolina, and up until 1762, they lived mainly in North Carolina. So I'm going to stop right there. That gives us a snapshot of who these people were. But hold on, I can't stop right there. So in relationship with the federal government as a unified tribe ended in 1962 during the federal Indian policy of termination. At the time, the tribe distributed its remaining lands to the individuals, many of whom still hold the same tracts. 93, the Catawba received $50 million in compensation. Look, $50 million in compensation for land claim against the state of South Carolina. The settlement bill passed by the U.S. Congress included a restoration of federal status. So their status was restored, and they received $50 million. So for him to associate himself with, with these people, right? This is what I said. The DNA test is significant because if he associating himself and claiming to be an Indian as he claims to be, then it's 50 million and land involved in confirming that instead of him sitting over there living off his mama.
I'll be trying to get my 50 million. I'm just saying.
Yeah. What does Denise say?
He in a position to turn down 50 million.
I'm right here.
Read.
Nah, she ain't gotta read it right now. You just kind of killed it up, but just basically what we just said right here, man. $50 million. $50 million is on the line back in '93.
50 million. $50 million? Is you crazy?
Bro, so you telling me that his mama ain't getting none of that money?
$50 million, I'll be Chinese. What did Chris Tucker say?
Yeah, he said something. But I just wanted to bring that out there to y'all. That's why it's just important to know stuff, man. No, it don't. What you mean, Desmond? His mama said she named him Kiowa.
Hey.
But he didn't want to give us his last name.
Who you talking about, Sean?
Kiowa Robin.
This dude said, this dude called me a liar.
Last name Jenkins or some shit.
Right, last name Jenkins or some shit. Kiowa Jenkins.
Oh, y'all ain't talking about Dane?
Nah, the Con Callaway. Nah, we ain't talking about that dude.
So it's a new Indian, a new Native American, Abo or whatever.
Yeah, it's a couple of them.
Oh, can I read something and share my screen real quick because I did just playing, and I wanted to make sure that I was, and I am.
You can share your screen, but you're gonna have to fix your microphone.
Right, it says here.
We don't see your screen, bro.
Oh yeah, that's StreamYard. Let me hold on. Let me.
This is one of those plays that the coach is like, just get on the corner, just chip it automatically. When he moved it to the middle and it didn't get out, and then he got out the second try, that allowed him the range to kind of get back in the play. Really nice goal by Paco. Second part of this is Tyson Jones.
What does he
disappear?
Over there watching ESPN.
Oh, the women play tonight, don't they? NCAA. LSU. He said his real name is Gator Brown.
Good on that.
Sure, LSU and South Carolina, the two teams I'm trying to see. That girl from Iowa, the best in the country.
I didn't know Disney on ESPN. I just found that shit out.
Disney on ESPN.
Would know if you was reading that statement and stealing your stuff. We're gonna leave that alone, man.
You were reading that statement. I was saying the source doesn't relate to the word Sabio was saying. Oh, okay.
No, what I said about the Suwan, they are the same people. They do derive from the same group. So the Suwan, it's the same language family, and those tribes do derive from the Sioux tribe or the Sioux clan. As I was saying, I just went and Googled it to make shit up. That's what I went over here and actually did. So that's what I was actually reading before I had to leave. Am I clear?
Nah, you sound like a robot.
I don't even know if they hear me. Damn.
Can you hear us? Savio ain't coming back. It's a sad story for Savio.
I heard him clear.
I did too. He broke up at the end.
You got that elbow net.
Yeah, man, I couldn't hear him either, man. I was Sean with that. Yeah. I really couldn't hear him.
Real nice little chip play by most that great finish. And that's the difference in the game. You see, it's 2-1 Sabres.
All right. Well, sure. What y'all got, man? What you got going on, Satep?
Nothing much. I'm just chilling. I was watching. I was just seeing what you was on here talking about. You had me weak. You was like, I want to argue.
Yeah, man. Fuck that shit.
You be having me weak.
Yeah, it's arguing time.
Well, I don't see nobody on here to argue with though.
Yeah, hey man, they don't no smoke, bro. They don't no smoke.
Yeah, I had my popcorn out.
Shoot, I thought I had mine out too. I was ready to go to war. I was gonna let them talk and everything. Sure. I just want to hit a little foolishness. I was gonna give them about an hour.
I can't argue this topic.
Go out there show and don't never got no evidence.
All right, am I better?
Yeah, I can actually hear you now.
Yeah.
All right, so I apologize. That was for some reason my internet over here tripping, but it says here the term Siouan is the adjective denoting the Sioux Indians and cognate tribes. The word Sioux has been variously and vaguely used.
Man, why you keep on talking without a source?
Oh, well, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone.
All you got to do is share your screen, bro.
Let me see. I'll pull it up. I got to Google it because I was reading it off my computer where I had it pulled up already. So let me get over here. Who are the Kiowan people?
If you're trying to talk about the languages, I can help you out with the whole.
Who, me? No,
yeah.
I wasn't talking about the languages.
No, I'm saying if you wanted to get into the languages, because you know I got that book, right?
I can't even share my screen on my phone.
You should be able to. Bro, hey man, listen, we don't hate over here on screen share. This is a screen. This is a pro screen share.
Look, I'm trying.
Send it to you, Sean.
Send the link. Yeah, send the link.
Put it
just Google it. That's all I did was just typed in Siouan.
Maybe I think I'm starting to think you got the Kiowa disease.
Oh man.
I'm starting.
So
I'm feeling it. Just my spidey senses is tingling.
Ah shit.
You can't get a source from Sabio now, y'all. Sure, one person after another can't get a source. But no,
right, here go one Legends of America. I'm finna send it. I'm finna post this in
Yeah, post it in the little chat right there.
Let's see. It says the same thing I'm saying. All right, let me see. Let me copy this thing.
Nah, we don't want to say what you saying. We want to say something different.
Oh, well, I don't know what y'all wanted to say.
Fucking with that, man.
I know. Y'all stupid.
You said we don't want to say what you want to say.
Other book. I gave y'all these books, bro.
All right, there go the link. Legends of America. It's in the chat.
Legends of the Americas.
Legendsofamerica.com. Suwan language.
All right, so let's substantiate what chat.
The YouTube
chat
chat.
in the stream yard. No,
I can't,
bro.
bruh.
I am not gonna be able to see that, bro. Private chat right here, bro.
This shit too crazy.
Here.
All right, now let me go up here and find this over here.
Copy the link, bro, and just go in your. Put it right where you need. Come on, LSU. Yeah, LSU in the fourth quarter, they was down. Now they up 2. Yeah.
All right. Now let me get back over here.
I don't know why y'all
here
like
to the chat.
They be hooping.
Let me see if it'll pace.
And old boy,
45 points at the end of the game.
Boosie, nah, they got 60. It's 64, 62. Boosie, niche play for LSU. I thought you would want to represent your boy, but now LSU up 66-62, and Virginia Tech need a timeout. Virginia Tech, the number 1 team, the number 1 seed on this side of the bracket. South Carolina, number 1 on the other side. And then they got to play Iowa. That's a great game.
Man, this is doing too much. Now I can't even. Let me go back and try.
Bro, what are you reading this source from? Wiki?
No, legendsofamerica.com.
Hold on. Legends. Kiowa language. Damn, I had to go find this shit on my own, man. This motherfucker Savior, bro. Couldn't even copy a link and drop that thing like it's hot.
Man, this shit is over. This phone is stupid.
Bro, my dog poot is so bad, bro. It stink. It's funky, bro. That mother lingering, bro. That dude, he need to watch what he eat. He needs a whole new diet. Go ahead, Savior. Read your source, bro.
All right. Well, I see
qualified, Savior.
When I see it on the screen, so I can see that shit clearly, because
this
phone hella small. I'm waiting. CO1 refers to a language group of Native American tribes. The Indians of the CO1 stock mostly occupied the central portion of the continent that ranged from Lake Michigan to the Rocky Mountains and from the Arkansas River to the Saskatchewan River in Canada, while an outlying body stretched to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. The name Sioux is a truncation of a longer form of Nadio Sioux, the Ojibwe derogatory term for Siouan people.
That derived from Sioux.
Linguists think that the Siouan people migrated over 1,000 years from North Carolina and Virginia to Ohio. Later, some went down the Ohio River to the Mississippi River and up the Missouri River.
Ohio.
Crossed Ohio on their way to Illinois, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and Canada. All right, so that's all I was saying.
I think that might have been Sioux Tep. You in Ohio.
so they do derive from the Sioux people.
Damn. All right, Sioux Tech.
Got it.
You gotta come through Ohio, man.
Mr. Gamble.
Gotta come through.
You sure? No, they don't, and I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Miss Honey Clark in Ohio too. Maybe
he said that he was saying the Sioux doesn't relate to the word Savior.
But it does.
She said she got a Native American in her blood too.
What part you in?
Shut the hell up, dude. And my family is from Alabama. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, okay. She up in the land. I'm in Cincinnati.
Sioux does relate to the word. They're right down there. It says in the East, the language is referred to as the Siouan Catawban, the people you was just talking about. Like, come on, bro.
Sabio.
What?
Is you high?
Nope.
You on that OG.
He said he thought you were referring to another group. I apologize.
Yeah, whole lungs full of weed when he said no.
I'm finna get high now. I'm smoking now because that shit.
You was smoking earlier. What are you talking about? You smoking now, bro?
Nah, I stopped. I put the shit out.
So you was originally.
I mean, you hiding. You don't put it out.
Nah, I sobered up over this conversation.
Oh shit.
I'm just joking. I just did up my piece of blunt that I put down. That's all.
That's the weed talking. That's all.
No, it ain't.
He said the weed talking.
I had to go Google that shit. I had to put my blunt down to Google. Had to type. 2 hands.
Damn, Savio. Unless you're on the ass right now using that speed, quickness. Let me stop sharing and reshare. I want to show y'all. I just want to. Boosie Niece, 2 rebounds and 1. I didn't give her the and 1. She the best one on the field. She getting them motherfucking hair. I don't know why y'all don't watch women, boy. They be hooping. They play harder than the men.
The men don't play hard to the playoffs.
Man, listen, the men is some bullshit, bro. The women, they play hard every game, bro.
Ain't nobody gonna win the championship.
Who? You talking about? It's gonna be LSU versus South Carolina for the 3rd time this year.
That right there. Oh, that's North Carolina. That look like Kentucky a little bit. Upside down. What's that talking about, Sean?
All right, so yeah, let me put you on game, Satepara.
Yeah, tell me about my ancestors.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you out. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Zane?
Yeah, this your people right here, bro.
Yeah,
this is North Carolina Native American legends and folklore. It's the first Americans, right? So in this book, right, we get a whole bunch of folklore. You know what I mean? They put us up on game, let us know what's going on. So I'm gonna hit you with 2 Indian proverbs, right? I really want to do 3, but I'm gonna do 2. The greatest strength is gentleness, and each bird loves to hear himself sing. And that's what that's what we hear a lot from Abos is singing. So, it's a possibility that someone might or may not be. But here we go. On to the next. So they tell us what is a Native American tribe, and then they get into Native Americans in North Carolina. Then they get into Native American languages, which is what I was trying to tell Sabio. I can help him out here in his position regarding Native American languages. But more importantly, right here it says, what is a Native American tribe? So you look at groups, bands, and clans. Then you look at hunter-gatherers and farmers, and then tribes and treaties. Each one of them has something significant about what makes them who they are distinctively, right? All right. So moving on down, then you got modern tribes, and they explain that. And then they let us know right here that there are currently over 440 federally recognized tribes in the United States and approximately 200 village groups in Alaska, right? So we hear all these people talking about that they're this, they're that, and the feds don't recognize don't recognize their tribes. Why is that? Why would the feds not recognize their tribe? What it is that they did to not be damn, they up 10 points on these, but all right, so here we go. So we got the prehistory. When I kept saying this on the show, who was feeling some type of way when I kept saying Paleo-Indian period? It's the pre-Clovis period. When you hear me say Paleo-Indian, I'm talking pre-Clovis period. Straight up, period, point blank, pre-Clovis period, right? That's that period before 12,008, but they got it in this book. It's between 12 and 8,000 BCE. When it's actually go, beyond that. Now, then you got the archaic, and then you got the woodland period, and so on and so forth. So, some of the tribes that developed during this period in North Carolina history is right here. The Cape Fear, the Kutaba, the Cherae, the Cherokee, the Chowanaki, the Koray, the Croatian, Eno, the Hataras, the Kiowa, the Machapunga, Marihan, the Morak, the Nuce River, the Onichi, Palmaliko.
All right, Sean, we get the point. You up here butchering them folks' name.
Yeah, I'm fucking them up.
You know you ain't saying it right. We ain't never heard of these words said.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't never heard of Sissy Papa.
Leave their names alone, man. We see it.
Hey, nah, man, you got. I'm at war right now. I'm at war with the
If
internet.
you at war, don't give your enemy the advantage. Like this, you don't need no other.
All right, but long story short, man. Let me go back over here to languages, right? So, Savio, where you at?
You know, I'm chilling over here.
All right, you high yet?
I'm buzzed, not high.
Okay, you buzzed.
I got more to smoke. I ain't finna roll up yet though.
So there go your word right there, the Kiowa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about the languages of North Carolina and how the Algonquin, the Kiowa, and the Icorian languages dominate this particular area.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see a lot of that. But you got to also remember when talking about North Carolina, the association with North Carolina extends out to what we know as Tennessee as well.
Right.
Until later. All right.
Well,
so
they got
now,
a little alphabet, okay.
Yeah. So
it
these are the
English,
things.
though.
Huh?
Okay, it look English.
Yeah, this is the Sequoia. Yeah, there you go.
The Sequoias.
Yeah, the Sequoia man who did not give up his dream remained active in Cherokee tribe, helping those who wanted to learn to read and write, pass down this amazing accomplishment to their children. So yeah, you get it right there. Then we're gonna get a little more than that, man. Tyson, shut up, bro. We're huffing and puffing. So again, earlier you heard me mention pottery, so you know that's a staple for them, as well as pattern designs, jewelry, beads, and modern art. But we don't never see none of that on none of them in none of these little tribal things. Music, right? We already know every culture got music. We finna get Sutek the same one for us, since he the closest to the elbow we got. They got the pop Tyson for real, bro. You breathing way too hard that you just went outside to use the bathroom and run up the steps, and you faking right now. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. This nigga gonna look at me and then start breathing hard. Powwow dances. What y'all know about that? Remember yesterday I showed y'all the powwow last night. Showed y'all the powwow. And that'd be the problem with these abolitionists.
Mm-hmm. Yo, they funny.
Yeah. So they got their own healing methods, right? They got their own healing methods. But they couldn't stop smallpox. I want y'all to think about that. They got their own healing methods, but they couldn't stop smallpox.
It wiped them out.
Yeah. And they really didn't have nothing against malaria when they encountered it.
Yeah.
Originally, but the quinine helped them a little bit. And I might be butchering that up.
Quinine.
Quinine, yeah, that's it.
Quinine, man. Y'all nigga, man. See, Sean, you should already know about that if you was from cocaine and consciousness. Or was you really from cocaine? Say, nah, I'm messing with you. You ain't throw the quinine on your shit.
All right, so then we got the traditional clothes, all this stuff, cultural stuff. I don't get into that. Well, where's she at?
She says she's going to sleep.
Nah, bro, she's still here. Sutek, she's still here. Sateba Rock, she's still in the chat, man. Nah, bro, she right here.
I can't see. I'm in the regular.
Talking about she woke up because somebody was yelling. All right, hold up. I'm going to the little star time or whatever. But many historians agree that the Kohari people are descendants of the I don't know how to say their name, the Cord, it's the Skoro and the Wakama Indians. The Waccamaw is essential here because this is what the what's his name? Kiowa's claiming to be. He claiming to be a descendant of an Indian who was a part of this particular tribe. And on the other side, his people was slaves, but he tried to say that they wasn't African or that they were just regular slaves. So you got an Indian on one side that have sex with a slave, and we don't know who the slave is. Is what he arguing. He arguing that I'm wrong on that it wasn't an African. Right.
So it was a native slave.
Man, I don't know. Then that would mean he would be Indian for real because he'd be Indian on both sides, and that ain't the case.
Why y'all just don't want to let him be Indian?
He can. We can let him be. He can be Indian. But he start lying.
Is he trying to make y'all Indian?
Mm-hmm. They trying to rewrite the whole narrative, man. They trying to rewrite. It's the out of America theory, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to this though.
It's the out of America theory.
Still listen to this though. They still won't get. It don't matter what they say. They still won't be able to convince the government that they are those people to get the benefits of being those people. So
right. But it's they trying to rewrite the whole narrative. It's the out of America theory they coming up with. Have you ever heard that shit?
They ain't about to rewrite nothing.
September said it don't even matter. Let their ass be in it.
Let them be in there because they ain't even gonna get none of the benefits. If they go try to get any benefits, it's over.
Right. He should be on that 50 million.
Right.
They not on the reservation.
You have to pick a culture though. Nigga talking about they Indian and part of African American culture, like that don't match. You ain't my people.
Right.
Then he tried to say,
call me no damn nigga.
Yeah, man. This dude let me go get all these damn sources, bro, and then he, you know what I mean, he can't even do nothing.
And then they try to say DNA not real. But how the hell you get here?
You can't even argue with people like that. If they saying that ain't real, they say you just got to
some nigga said DNA is protons, neutrons, and electrons are fake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's a grown man.
It's the land these niggas go to.
So this is what we dealing with.
Yeah, good luck, y'all.
Unless you won, y'all. They went on a 16 nothing run on them folks. Now they up 8 with 29 seconds to go. It's over. Yeah.
Ladosha just said the guys at the barbershop said the timeline on slavery was wrong.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Can you be more Ladosha?
Bring them over here.
Can you be more specific? Because if you still in the shop right now, you know we can go ahead and clean the saloon up. We can get the saloon right. Because the timeline, what they mean the timeline wrong? What they mean by that?
Yeah, tell them to jump on.
They believe that stuff. They're all in their 30s and 45s. They are out of their dang own mind at their saloon. Them people are not listen to me.
Yeah, we are. That's the age range we is on here.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's probably 35 minutes.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
We ain't young.
That's crazy. When was the first slave? When was the first person captured in Africa? Anybody know? Intentionally. I mean, like intentionally.
Who could know that though? Like
the slave trade. The transatlantic slave trade.
No, not transatlantic. The first from West Africa, the first one taken in West Africa.
Ain't nobody
when
know
they
that.
encountered the European.
Who would know that though, Sean? Like the first person, like who?
They documented it. It's a Dahu the Moor.
European, the 1440s, something like that.
Yeah, but they got a Dahu the Moor, and then they got him to snitch on.
Let me ask you this, John. Let me ask you this. Just because they documented it, that mean that was the first time it happened? It was happening.
Yeah, because they didn't even know who the hell they was capturing, really.
Yeah, they ain't know who they had. So not with Europeans now. Muslims is a different story because remember they was already doing this stuff. But I don't think the European knew who they was capturing at all.
Slavery was a big thing though, because like the Portuguese, they was over in Japan as well. Japan, they was trading their people as slaves, and then they abolished it and kicked the Portuguese out. Like Portuguese was all over, man, spreading Christianity and slavery. So it was a world global economy. It wasn't just us. But we got it the worst in modern times.
They said the first slave ship wasn't until the late 1800s. No, that's not true. The first slave ship, the first ship to be able to cross the Atlantic is in the 15th century. And that ship, you had cargo, and you didn't necessarily have human cargo. You didn't have human cargo until the Papal Bull is signed. And when they signed the Papal Bull, it was Indians being enslaved
in 1493. That's when the first one was signed.
And you had Indians that were being
1454, excuse me.
It was being done before that though. That just made it legal. Like that just made it legal. That was like
and they was only really going up and down the coast of Africa.
Yeah, like they was already doing it though. They just made it legal. The Pope ordained it. So
yeah, but the whole 1800 slave ship stuff, by the 1800s, they was ramping up the trade at that point. 1800s, they were getting busy.
It was finna get ready to shut down in a few years.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It was coming to a close.
Yep. In the mid 1800s. Yep. That's how you know it was at its height. So what they talking about is if they talking late, if mid to late, then they talking about illegal slave trade.
Right. They
stopped it. 1865.
Right. They talking about the illegal slave trade.
1800s.
Right. They talking about after the emancipation and shit.
So the first slave ship came after slavery had ended.
Oh, the remediality of some of these people, yo. Leave Brother Sanchez them alone. Stay away from Brother Sanchez them. They are bad for your brain.
Hey, think about that. You think about this shit, bro. You be high as hell, and somebody say some slick shit like that, and you don't think nothing about it. You be like, damn, that shit makes sense.
Unless you know the history of the shit.
All the history that they know is in the 1800s.
Right. They don't go no further than the 1800s. Ain't that some shit? They don't know about the Revolutionary War.
I don't know nothing, bro.
We get them right.
Or the War of 1812, or the Sioux Wars, or none of these, or these little, man, this shit is too much.
Hold them L's.
Like, if we got to teach these grown ass men all this shit, we got a long way to go, yo.
She said, I'm trying to find a video that's circulating amongst the saloons and barbershops on the strip. It's about 6 of them. The guy who owns the barbershop is the ringleader. Ooh. Yeah, give us them videos. Give us them videos so we can address that. Watch it be what's your boy name? Tariq Nasheed videos.
I swear to God, bro, I was just gonna say, I feel like this shit started or took a huge fucking expansion with Tariq.
It did, because Hidden Colors was popping. Boy, when everybody got to hearing that alternative history from Hidden Colors.
Drunk facts. Drunk history.
Damn, Tyson, what you been eating, bro? Your booty all funky, man. You stink, dude. Don't sit there and try to look at me. You don't want to pull. No, your ass funky. Yeah, please find the video, LaDosha.
We need their kids, though. Not them. They already set in their ways.
Right. Wow, man. Come on, man. Barbershop before coming soon. The French and Indian War, yeah. Right. There's a whole war being fought over here. Zion said Hidden Clippers. He said Hidden Clippers. Hey, but we do know we know the type of boats that they made in the 15th century that they built to carry captives across the Atlantic. We have that information.
Hey, we gotta send Chill in the barbershop as our emissary and just handle them. You know, like, Chill. Go to this barbershop, man. Cool these boys off. They tripping.
Yeah, that's all we need. Chill to dust them boys out quick.
Yeah, it's on the popping. Drunk history is actually based on the history, though, so they are even worse than that. Man, I don't know. What are enemies at, man? I came on here for the enemy.
Man, it's this dude on my post keep talking about we Aboriginal to American. I be trying to get him on the shows. He just told me just a few minutes ago he was scared though.
Yeah, he ain't coming. He don't want the smoke.
He sound like he new to it.
Why he regurgitating something he new to, bro?
I'll be trying to tell you, nigga.
If I can find drunk history. Y'all do know that Drunk History is a TV show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on the History Channel.
History Channel, yeah.
They got a lot of on the History Channel.
No, they
used to watch it.
They fucked up with their ancient aliens, bro. They let me down.
Oh yeah, it took over for real.
They let me down. I'm like, bro, if y'all can put this shit on the History Channel, that means I don't need to be listening to y'all no more.
Hey man, they gotta be non-biased, man.
Nah, they supposed to be historically biased. They supposed to show history. That shit ain't no history.
I mean, it's it ain't history, alien shit, but they be using like sites and shit that was built back in the day to try to correlate it. So I mean, it's a sense of history in the show, but the alien shit, no. But it ain't. You can't prove or disprove them. So I mean, unless you seen one, who's to say they don't exist? You know what I'm saying? We ain't the only.
Shit, they making their claim though. They gotta prove. They ain't proved it. So why would you say aliens did it if you don't have no evidence for that? And then they be making pseudo assertions. It's a helicopter right here in the glyphs. Nigga, that's not what that is. And you know damn well.
Yo, that shit crazy, bro. It's crazy. They
Got
still
one guy out here putting out articles and shit.
Yeah,
for
but
the
they
shit
be
that
going
they
all
know.
over though. They don't just do easy. They don't win all over on
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them in China and
They be all over.
They America.
Yeah, they try to equate everything with it. They like, hey, they even do shows like with stories in the Bible and fuck Noah's Ark and all that shit. Like, I don't know. There's some. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's some history on the show, but they try to correlate it and
they remix
spook everything out. Yeah. They put their cut on it. They throw that quiet eye on there. Real. Let me put their cut on it.
They cut champs too.
Oh yeah. They whipping up like Kanan was when he had all them bodies dropping in the hood. They cut that shit with rap hard.
Hey man, it's sad, bro.
Where you at, Tony? I know you listening because you ain't commented again on the post.
Yeah, you know he listening. What up, man? Hop on, man. We ain't gonna run you out, bro. We just want to talk to you. Ask you a couple questions. See where your head at. Hey, for all of my people, man, that's dealing with a tornado right now in Central Arkansas, man. You know what I'm saying? Let us know you good. Anybody near Central Arkansas, Mississippi, man, let us know you straight. You know what I'm saying? One time for the one time.
We can't see it, Sister Doshi. You'll probably have to send it to one of us.
Hold up. Let me see. Let's do this.
Yeah, send it to Sean.
Yeah, send that more to me. I'm gonna wait on it. I'm waiting on you, Ladosha. Where you at?
Ooh, I'm gonna roll up for this one.
Okay, I sent it on Facebook. This is the video they pushing on the strip. I had a hard moment. Sure. Uh-oh. Incoming.
You ain't gonna have time to roll up for this, boy. You better supposed to have that clip.
Bro. Oh no. Oh, y'all gonna be disappointed.
I got the grind of the speed, the process.
How much time you need before I press play on this, man? He might.
Go ahead.
Y'all, as soon as y'all see the name, as soon as y'all see this, y'all gonna.
It better not be Callaway.
I gotta listen, bro. I gotta put the disclaimer on here again.
Yeah, we don't represent none of this shit.
Yeah, the views and opinions of the video that we're about to partake in is not ours. And in all honestly, it should never be yours. And just know that I don't watch this dude channel. But unfortunately, this is the stuff that they are viewing in the barbershop. So we have to address it as we can.
Oh man, I knew it.
Ted called it. Oh damn, that's 2 hours. We got a timestamp. Well, he got all types of fire in the chat. People loving it.
Right.
Shit ain't even started yet.
Shout out to my wife for bringing my coffee upstairs. Hey, can y'all hear me? Is it the mic sound good? Is it okay? Do I need to turn
You
everything
sound like
off?
you about to drop some bombs, man.
Are we good to go?
There go your boy right
Osio,
there.
Sister Bethy, I see you.
Hey, y'all remember
Alabama
when he
needs you,
unplugged the internet?
Levante, I appreciate you, brother. Osio.
That shit was funny.
A new me
That
trying
boy
to
got
put up
13
feathers in his
thumbs up on
blocking
this
it.
shit. 13K.
Thunder Bear in the building. Goldie
Shit, he got
7 in the
over
building.
500,000 subscribers. He should be eating for real.
Oh
He
man,
is.
that just jumped.
Oh, okay,
He
yeah,
just
he
stole
got
all
over.
that money.
He
Love
definitely
Leah,
eating.
Osio,
Yeah, he got over
James Stone,
500,000
Osio,
subscribers.
Michelle
Y'all ain't
Curry.
about to slow this down.
Nope.
Y'all can hear me, right? We good?
This train is gone.
He ain't gonna show no source. He's just talking. Oh, there you go.
Oh, damn.
He gonna be good. How long he gonna say he good?
Thank you for that person. They speaking a totally different language.
Let me go back. Let's see where he turn up at.
To the 1800s.
Told you. 1800s is hey.
Somewhere. And say no.
1800s is it.
As and Thunderbird, thank you for becoming a member. Now, there are a few things being directed my way when it comes to people are asking me to join what is it? It's something like Clubhouse. It's very similar, but it's on Twitter. Now, and okay, let me explain what's going on here. Now, for some odd reason, a group of I don't know if they're all, I don't know if they're authentic Africans or what. I don't know what's going on. I haven't spoke with them, and honestly, I don't really care. But I just want to bring this up because it's not everybody, and I want to make that perfectly clear. This particular group of people that probably have been paid to promote confusion, okay, that's on these this thing like Clubhouse that's on.
This fool said people that are paid to promote confusion. What does he think he doing? He's paid to promote confusion. Even though this video is a year old.
On Twitter, that's not the outlook. I can't speak for them, but I'm not interested in that. And they're creating a rumor stating that I'm against Africans. And that's the same thing that the Pan-Africans was doing, which is weird to me. Okay? Just because, see, I think y'all getting mad because we know what happened to us here. Okay? Now.
All right. So his first claim is that he knows what happened to him in the Americas. So now I have a question for the floor. If you've been here and you know what happened to you or so forth, how could you allow a completely different, a stranger to come into the Americas and take away your history, language, and culture and enslave you and make you work a plantation if you've been here?
Hey, Sean, you forgot the most important thing that they took. The land.
Yeah, the land.
The land. They came in here and dominated, and now it's the strongest in the world.
Right. So how you sit there and let all of this happen, knowing you know all the look where everywhere you need to go, had plot, guerrilla warfare tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is all of that happening this way?
It was the will of the white man's God. Their indigenous gods wasn't smart enough to fight off Yahweh.
Look what Ladosha said.
I'm just been an asshole, y'all.
She said, I was just awarded the business owner of the year in my business community, and for some reason he thought I could help Dane's cause. Here we go.
Once again, let me make this perfectly clear. I have nothing against an authentic African. But I'm going to tell you right now, near stranger or near foreigner is going to be able to tell me what happened to my people. That's just not happening, regardless if you don't like it or not. I mean, or what? No, no, thank you. And no, we're not the same people. I don't have no family members out in Africa. None. So, and that Africa diaspora stuff, all that talk, that ain't got nothing to do with me or my family and probably nobody that's watching. And a lot of us that are here and have been here indigenously before y'all foreigners got over here.
So there you go. The second claim is that they've been here indigenously. And every time that I say this, I mean it. The moment that they say that they are indigenous and been here, they are now making the conversation a scientific one. They're making that claim because if you're bragging about being here and being indigenous, it goes back to Satepinrod's point. You look like a whole hoe because you let some people come from a whole nother place that knew nothing about this land and punk you out the land. And that's the history that you want to claim? That you got hoed out of your land? That's what you want to claim. They didn't came in here and hold you out the land. Hold you out your language, hold you out your culture. They didn't strip you of your name and your culture and your practices and make you not do that stuff. They just completely just took everything from you.
And keep in mind, the Africans that came later, 1900s later.
All right. So now he's saying that the Africans came later. Anybody got a source that would support him saying that the Africans came in the 1900s? When we got Africans calling themselves we got African Americans calling themselves Africans way before all of that.
1700s.
Yep.
Probably earlier than that, really.
Yep. Because if we go back and we get into the slave narratives, we have the information we need.
Man, these Aboriginals are something special.
So yeah, Sister Ladosha, yeah, we know about Dane. We've been knowing about Dane for quite some time. We actually shut him up for a little while. Look at this dude, Malik Heru Asar Media. What the hell he doing in dude chat with a name like Malik Heru Asar Media? You know what I'm saying? But Dane is a plagiarist, Sister Ladosha. And I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Let me go to brother channel. I'm on Kofi stuff, so I don't think Kofi is subscribed. Kofi Pseudo for not even subscribing. What kind of supporter is you, Kofi? Hold on, y'all. Kofi, I ain't even subscribed to the Hishi channel, bro. I hear you. I'm about to get him if you want.
Who ain't?
Kofi, he subscribed. Let me know if y'all can hear the audio.
What's happening? Well,
can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
All right.
Organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woohoo! Wait, man, y'all are.
By the way, I just want to let everybody know that the person that you're looking at right now, this is Brother Unc. Everybody should know who Brother Unc is. But behind Brother Unc was all the homework that he kept turning around to go grab when he needed to argue with everybody in the community about subject matter. Behind Brother Unc's left shoulder to our right, you see a basket and some pictures and 2 candles on both sides. That is our dear brother Uncle Ket's shrine. It's got Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I think he's got some family members and stuff like that in that basket right there, and then some other things that were essential to his family members that was important enough for him to enshrine them right there. So I just wanted to throw that out there for y'all. Now, on to the show, the real show.
Interesting point out, Sean. I gotta take my hat off to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You know what it is, man. It's God Killer in the house. And y'all know what it is, man. We come to do what we got to do, and we're going to do what we got to do. We standing tall. We standing strong.
Hold on. Kofi in the chat talking about I owe him an apology. Well, first of all, when I type Nahisi name in, Nahisi name come up. So that just let me know you ain't even been searching Nahisi name. He ain't even in your algorithms under your profile, sir. So what I'm apologizing to you for half cock, you know what I'm saying, just only being subscribed to our brother channel, man. Get up out of here. Where your wife at? You supposed to be on duty.
Strong. Yeah, y'all know what it is. I'm Raw Squad Up. What's good, family? Man, had a powerful show last night on the Dagger Squad. And so we wanted to continue finishing off the Aboriginal foolery. And it is complete foolery. We even got people stepping up, acting like they're Aboriginal Illinoisans. And y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. But I refuse to say their name and give them credit, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Keep my name out y'all mouth. So let me get straight to the point, right? Not going to be yelling and screaming, you know what I'm saying? Not tonight, right? I'm going to go ahead and finish them off completely. Because like I said before, Conaway, right? If you had not made a response video, I might have all the way chilled out. But since you decided to make the video and it was funny, and even if you didn't make it, somebody made it, so I'm going to charge you with it. It was funny. I like that funny. Very, very funny. It was funny, wasn't it, Garfield?
Yes, it was.
It was called The Two Grumpy Old Men. So you already know you got them, and all they can do is make joke videos. Yeah, but that joke video cost you another one. So I think what I want to start off is, I want to start off with this real quick, because you know we're having conversations about science and all that, and how science is not necessarily stuck, okay, and no thing in particular. So let me read this for you real quick. This is a 2018 article real fast before I get into the Conaway situation. It's talking about how did Homo sapiens evolve by Julian Galloway, Whittingham, and Chris Stringer. All right. This shows you how science is always advancing, and we never work in terms of saying things like, that's exactly what it is. And what we say is we say as of 2018, because new available information is always coming out. So let's start right here. Over the past 30 years, understanding Homo sapiens evolution has advanced greatly. Okay. They say most research has supported the theory that humans had originated in Africa by about 200,000 years ago. But the latest findings reveal more complexity than anticipated. They confirm inbreeding. See, inbreeding, that's a word y'all should probably look up. They confirm inbreeding between Homo sapiens and other hominid species. Okay. Provide evidence of Homo sapiens in Morocco as early as 300,000 years ago, and reveal a seamlessly incremental evolution of Homo sapien cranial shapes. Okay, although the accumulating evidence still suggests that all modern humans are descended from African Homo sapien populations that replace local populations of archaic humans Models of modern human origin must now include substantial interaction with those populations before they went extinct. These recent findings illustrate why researchers must remain open to challenging the prevailing theories of modern human origins. So I just wanted to read that, all right? And that's in the Journal of Science, okay? To let you know that we always keep an open mind around here. This is very, very important not to become religious, because that's what religion is. In religion, you're just stuck. Like Jesus Christ died for your sins, plain and simple. And if they was to find Jesus Christ's body and excavate it, right, and realize that he really got ran over by a chariot because his chest cavity was cracked and he had it like a wheel, like stuck in his chest cavity, right? You couldn't change it because he died on the cross. I just wanted to bring that out there. Well, what's going on, Brother Garfield? How you doing, man? Glad you could join us today, man. Or you disappeared?
Yeah, I'm here. Peace and love, peace and love. I'm basically just an observer here to learn and to spread the love to the people. Nah, let me stop. I'm here to beat the brakes off of these fake ass aboriginals, man. That's all I'm here to do. You know, brother Aboriginal Mac, if you're gonna call me a liar, call me Mr. Liar. Okay, just make sure you put a Mr. in front of it. Show some respect. If you're gonna call me an Uncle Liar, please say Mr. Liar. All right, Aboriginal MAC, I don't know who you are, but if you're gonna be in the chat, at least show the squad, either one of us, some respect. All right, and that's why we can't dialogue. Y'all too emotional.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. All right. So we're gonna deal with a couple of things tonight. I'm not even gonna deal with anything major, but I'm just gonna be talking and chiming in every now and then, and just watch this deconstruction of Dan Calloway. That's what we're gonna do. Deconstruction of Dan Calloway. And you know what? I noticed too. If we bring some information out, why can't somebody just say, hey, you know what? What they presented was correct. Instead, you defending the man. This whole man worship, this whole Messiah type of thing, like we're waiting for some type of savior to save us. And let me ask y'all a question. When you claim Aboriginal, what is the real reason you want to do it? You expecting some land or some money? What is your purpose? Has Dan Calloway gave you a job? Come on, man. We need to stop this. But go ahead, take it away, man. Destroy this craziness. This is the final dagger in the coffin for Dan Calloway.
Yeah,
go ahead.
let me get the Con Calloway out of here real fast. This is how we want to do this, right? So y'all already know he already plagiarized and took words out and added words in. And even if you did put the person name underneath of it at the end, you know what I'm saying? You can't change words within the daggone article. But see, it goes a little bit deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. It goes a little bit deeper than that. Remember last night when I say, man, I'm going to find out where he got all that from. Guess what, y'all? I found out that exactly. So let me pull up. Let me go ahead and do it again. We're going to go to the new DNA proves Africans are, in fact, indigenous aboriginals of America. We're going to go right back to that one. And we're going to give you the whole aspect of where it really came from, right? And it's very, very funny when we realize where he got it from. And this is what I am not understanding here. I want to know why. Why in the world would Con Calloway, you know what I'm saying? And I say it in jest. Yeah, I mean, the same way they made the video. The video was in good taste and it was funny. So I don't mean no actual harm to the brother, right? But right now, we fighting for the minds and souls of the babies. We fighting for correct information because there's a lot of foolery going on out there, a lot of folly and a lot of misinformation and people double talking, right? And nobody's really dealing with the issue. So we'll have a whole lot of comments. And now, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear the comments from this, right? And we're going to make sure, brother, you get that phone number to call. I want you to be the first call to call in. And I want to hear the truth. So let's start with, where did Con Calloway really get the information from? Y'all going to be surprised here.
That's what you get.
Y'all gonna be really, 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 really surprised when I show you exactly where he got it from. It's gonna be amazing. Let me screen share this. Man, I tell you. All right. Got the screen share going. All right. And bam. Can you see my screen? Brother Garfield.
No, you're not sharing it right. Go on the share button on the left hand side.
I am sharing
use
it
that
right.
button. Yeah. Use that button and share it instead of using the other one.
Hold on, do what? Use what?
Use the button on the hold on a second. Let me see something real quick.
It is should be sharing. It's coming through now.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
All right, hold on. Let me get me out there. Hold on. So I want to make sure y'all make direct comments to what I'm saying right now. Don't make comments all around. Here it is. You see my screen right there, right, Garfield?
Yes, sir.
That says the who?
Manataka American Indian Council.
Proudly presents. What are they presenting here?
DNA testing proves Native American genealogy to be among the most unique in the world.
Now, so watch this. They actually use the same article that Con Calloway used, but they rightly, I'm saying, depict what the article is talking about, and they rightfully cite the damn article. But watch this, y'all. We're gonna do it just like this, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna. What does this say, Garfield? That says what?
Hold on there. The systematic destruction of the Native Americans, First Nations, Metis, and Inuit people and their entire way of life was not only one of recorded history's greatest tragedies, but as with the slave trade, deeply spiritually wounding to all involved.
Now we're gonna stop. Hold on. We're gonna come to the. Hold on. We're kind of here. Hold on. And we're gonna see, can we find this? We shouldn't be able to find this on here now, should we, Garfield? All right. What does it say?
The systematic destruction of the Native Americans, or rather Native Indigenous Aborigine people.
Stop. Let's go back over here. It says what?
The systematic destruction of the Native Americans, First Nations, Metis, and Inuit people and their entire way of life was not only one of recorded history's greatest tragedies, but as with the slave trade, deeply spiritually wounding to all involved.
So do you see this again?
So he took the stuff out and added the Native Indigenous Aborigine people.
And what? In their entire life was not only what? One of
recorded history's greatest tragedies, but as with the slave trade, deeply spiritually wounding to all involved.
Deeply spiritually wounding to all involved. Do we see that?
Yep. So he took our First Nations, he took out the Metis and Inuit people. Wow.
No, he's not doing that. Yes, he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we got. Continue reading below. And it says what? Hold on. It says what?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Where you at?
Stop.
The inability of governments. Where you want me to read from?
Right, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Wait. All right, so good. Go ahead. The what?
The inability of governments everywhere to come to grips with their dark past and allow the Aborigines, who are natives to the land of America, as well as the descendants of everyone else involved, the healing required to move forward is not only a denial of basic human rights, but a telltale sign of the type of current racism, economic neglect, and mistreatment that will surely come to light were they to do so.
Okay, let's go back over here. Now, so you see where we at, right?
Right.
I see we ended up, what? What's this?
Wounding to all involved.
Okay, now, Now we come down to here, right? He took all this out, right? He took all that out, and he started over again right here. Read that, Garfield.
The inability of governments everywhere to come to grips with their dark past and allow the aboriginals who are native to this land, as well as the descendants of everyone else involved, the healing required to move forward is not only a denial of basic human rights, but a telltale sign of the type of current racism, economic neglect, and mistreatment that would surely come to light were they to do so.
All right. Wow. Back over here again. Here you go. The inability of governments elsewhere to come. This is the Con Calloway site to come to grips with their dark past, allowing, and y'all can just finish reading that. So we see how that copy and paste, take this out, momentum is going now. Do we not, Brother Garfield?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see the threads of culture. These ancient cultures haven't existed. All right, let me start right there. Let me come back over to here. Yeah. Okay, what do you see right here? That say yet many groups. What that say? Yet many groups.
Yet many groups and factions still persist, such as.
Okay, so from here, let's go over here to here. Hold on, I'm gonna do it for you. He took that out, right? And he started right here.
The threads of these ancient cultures having existed here for tens of thousands of years prior to the arrival of the pioneers, no matter how tenuous they may currently be, must be preserved, strengthened, and woven back into a quilt that tells a unique story of not only their past, but of their bright future as well.
All right, let's go over here to Mr. Con Calloway. He says, what? Go ahead, yo, because we're going to see how he take words out.
The threads of these ancient cultures having existed here for tens of thousands of years prior to the arrival of the Europeans, no matter how tenuous they may. Yep. He put Europeans in. Yep.
He put Europeans in. Let's go back over here.
He took out pioneers. He took out pioneers and put.
All right, let's see it. Hold on. Right, where we at?
Yeah, right. The threads right there. There you go.
I know that. Right here.
Right here, pioneers.
Pioneers, and put in what word?
Europeans.
Okay, we got it. We got you, Con Calloway. Yeah, you did. The video was funny. Good joke. And whoever made it made me a little bit mad to make me keep reading it like I said that I was going to do it. Let's switch back over here again. Here you go. Right here. He put in, this is Con Calloway's work. He put Europeans in. And it says what? No matter what?
Tenuous. No matter how tenuous they may currently be, must be preserved, strengthened, and woven back into a quilt that tells a unique story of not only their past, but of the bright future as well. The reason for this runs much deeper than one may suppose.
All right, and here we go. We're right here. No matter how tenuous they may currently be, must be preserved, strengthened, and woven back into
a quilt that tells a unique story of not only their past, but of their bright future as well. The reasons for this run much deeper than one may suppose.
All right.
Now, hold on, before you say anything else, right? I need to make it clear, because on one of the video responses, the brother said he did show the source to the video to it. That's not the conversation that we're having. We're having this is not really plagiarism in a sense. It's not plagiarism. What it is, family, he is being dishonest and he's pretty much lying to us. He's taking a source, keeping the source at the end of the paragraph or whatever he's writing, but he changes the words inside the article to fit into his paradigm. So he's trying into believing him. That's why we're calling him Dan Con Calloway. All right.
It is because when you're in college and you got to submit a paper, you know what I'm saying? They will call it. If you don't cite it properly, they're gonna say you're actually plagiarizing because he did. He's copy and pasting that. You're stealing that. That's what he's doing, right? So he's not even showing the source of this guy's writing. He's not showing the source of these people right here, yo. What's this? The Manataka American Indian Council. He's not showing that. He's not showing it nowhere on here. So now I want to hear the response to that. Yeah.
All right. So real quick, Let me stop sharing real quick, and let me bring up something else. So for Sister Ladosha, that was for you. Just so you know, the footing that this dude information is on. It's in his articles and videos.
So Sean, are you telling me that we have a clear plagiarist in this community and no one's checking him on it?
Well, we checked him on it originally when it came out, and unfortunately, that didn't matter because everybody else was, you know, I don't know. Everybody else was in their own zone. But hold on, let me put this other video up. That whole video was refuting Dan Calloway, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I ain't seen it, but when I've seen what he was reading, I'm like, hold up, that's plagiarism at its finest. All he did was
It is. It is. Garfield didn't word it right, but it is. It's very much so. That article wouldn't have never made it.
No, it wouldn't have.
That article would have never made it nowhere else. All right, hold on.
And the people have spoken. I'm back for another installment of Say What? Welcome back to African Elements. If you're new to this channel, we're taking Black and Africana Studies material and bringing it to the masses. In this series, we're examining specific claims that relate to Black studies to determine where they fall short in meeting their burden of proof. This week, we revisit Dane Calloway in his latest video, The American Negro is the American Indian. We were already here. If you already know the rules, just skip over to here. But for now, let's go over the criteria for establishing whether this claim warrants belief. I'm going to hold up a red light, yellow light, or a green light. Green means go, but I'll hold up a yellow light or red light whenever I come to a point where I need to slow down or stop. That's either a bold claim with no evidence, a vague, overly broad, simplistic, or unfalsifiable claim, meaning there's no way to determine whether the claim is true or false, or something that's logically fallacious. Some logical fallacies include circular reasoning. This is true because it's true. We see that most often when somebody makes a claim and then says a bunch of things that don't support the claim and then just repeats the claim. Repeating the claim doesn't demonstrate that the claim is true. We'll see that a lot. Other fallacies include shifting the burden of proof. This is true. Do your research. If you find somebody saying that in support of a claim, just point out, hey, you're the one making the claim. It's not on me to go research your claim. Also, we have arguments from ignorance, which you commonly hear in statements like, well, how else would you explain it? Related to arguments from ignorance are arguments from incredulity. How is it possible that we're on a spinning globe? I don't feel us moving. The fact that someone may not understand how we can be on a rotating sphere and yet not feel any motion isn't evidence that we're not on a rotating sphere. Those are the most common examples of logical fallacies, but there are many, many others that I'm sure we'll encounter. So let's jump in.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a
Man, you had me trying to skip the trial over here.
Bro, I don't know what was going on.
Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with the original Black American Indians. Black Lives Matter is a propaganda to keep blacks thinking that they're African Americans that came on slave ships. We already know we are waking our people up to let them know that we are the American indigenous Indians. Black Lives Matter do not represent our people. We do. Jesse Jackson do not represent our people. Barack Obama do not represent our people. We're not African Americans. We're indigenous. African American is Obama. Why? Because his mother's European and his father's Kenyan. That's an African American. A real Indian, American Indian is me. Both of my parents are American Indians. Not from Africa.
What?
Okay, so here we have an example of circular reasoning. She makes a claim, then goes on to say words that have nothing whatsoever to do with the claim that she's making, and then she just restates the claim as if naming various people that she doesn't believe represents black folks has somehow proven her claim. Let's keep going.
That's why I'm African. Y'all look at me funny. Like, I'm African. You're not though. Like you're not. 80% of slaves was already here. It was natives. It's crazy. 80. Where you get that number from? No. Shit, I just checked the books. Which book?
Yeah.
I got a whole laptop full of it. Yeah? Yeah, just for me reading. It's not a solid book like, hey, just only 1,000 slaves came here. And no, man, you gotta read. You have what?
Okay, so that's a common tool of the conspiracy theorists, from flat earthers to moon hoax deniers. Black people are the original inhabitants of the Americas. Do your research. No, you're the one making the claim, so you're the one who bears the burden of providing the evidence to support the claim. Otherwise, that which is asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Let's keep going.
People don't understand. Black people did not just come from Africa. Black people were already in the States. People don't know that, though. They don't get that part. You know, they don't know that Nat Turner was really an Aborigine. It ain't African. You can look at Nat Turner and the depictions of him and know he was an Aborigine. Yeah,
what?
Okay, so this is kind of baffling to me. What is your criteria for saying that he looks indigenous? If you're saying that he looks black, then that's circular reasoning. If you're saying that he looks Native American, then basically your knowledge of black people and Native American are visually distinct from one another. In any case, what something looks like isn't necessarily proof of what it is. That's an appeal to common sense. Common sense are
Sutek, weren't you just having a conversation with a brother over the Negritos and the pygmies, or the word Negro and Negritos, or whatever the case may be, and he's trying to get you to depict who is or who is not the Negritos in a four image photo that he is sharing?
Exactly.
Ain't that the same shit that he just explained?
That's what he talking about. Maybe we need to send him this video.
Man. All right.
This bad though.
or not, you have to actually demonstrate it. What is your method for demonstrating that something is what it appears to be? Let's see what else he has to say.
Different vibe about it. So people don't really know that not all black people did not come from freaking Africa. Because it's going to be very, very difficult for you to make it in that goddamn ship at the bottom of that goddamn ship for 3 months. When the food get low. Do the math. For real. Do the motherfucking math. Seriously, and just ushering everybody in on boats the long goddamn way. They not stopping. Ain't no bathrooms on that mother.
So tell we charge you for this.
Okay, so here we have an argument from incredulity. Actually, I have done the math. According to most reliable estimates, about 2 million died on the Middle Passage over the course of nearly 4 centuries. That doesn't take into account those that died on the way to the coast even before they got to the slave ships, and nor does it take into account the heavy toll that the seasoning process extracted on the survivors of the Middle Passage. I have a video on the Middle Passage that explores that in more detail, but to deny that great disaster puts him on the same level as Holocaust deniers. So I think I'm done with this guy. In short, personal incredulity isn't proof of anything. He basically goes on to say the same thing, only louder and without evidence other than his own personal incredulity. So let's add circular reasoning to this one.
Can I just end with this one thing? These 4 brothers sitting here, we didn't all come from Africa. And there was a there was a country before 1492, and our history goes way beyond 1492. So you can't start us at 1492.
You want to use this dude?
Oh no, not Zeke. Yeah, that pissed me off.
He just killed you. He just killed you.
Yo, man, what is this shit?
You just gotta stick to the rapping, like Zeke.
You just lost all credibility using Zeke.
Man, who else up there agreeing with that shit? Who was them other three niggas?
Oh, no, nobody that said Jordan. Shaq up there too. Shaq up there too.
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh my goodness gracious. This shit crazy, y'all.
We were always here. We were always here.
What?
So this clip has been making the rounds with folks who are supporting claims about blacks being the original inhabitants of the Americas. That sentence was just tacked on to a 12 or so minute video, and the rest of the video has nothing whatsoever to do with that claim. So, and he doesn't go into, we don't know the context. He doesn't go into depth about what he means in that statement. You can actually check out the entire video link below in the description, but unless we can find something more extensive where he expands on that, and I've looked, he hasn't said anything more about it. This would be an example of quote mining.
If you want to talk about indigenous people in America or Native Americans, they always dealt with extraterrestrials. They called them the star people. And yes, they were black. This is where the word Indian comes from the Latin word indigo, okay, which means blue black, and it's a skin color.
What?
Wrong. India gets its name from the people originating from around the Indus River. The word indigo shares the same root because the dark blue dye that gives indigo its color was imported originally into Europe from India. It has nothing whatsoever to do with skin color. That is just flat wrong.
Okay, and so the Indians that you see today are what you call $5 Indians, okay, which are Caucasians, actually white people, okay. And go look up the Dow's Commission, go read the Dow's rolls. Back in the day, white people was allowing other white people to sign the Dow's rolls, saying that they was Native Americans in exchange for benefits and assistance from the government.
Okay, so that's sort of true, although the particulars aren't quite as he describes them. The Dawes Act of 1887 led to the wholesale breakup of indigenous land. The way that happened, though, was that the act required allotment of native land to be based on private ownership, as opposed to collective communal ownership, which was generally the way that land was traditionally held among native people. Under the act, any land that wasn't personally allotted was considered surplus lands that could be sold. That was one of the ways that native land was transferred to white ownership. As a result, Native people lost about 100 million acres of their land, or about 2/3 of the land base that they held in 1887 when the Dawes Act was passed.
So all these Indians that own these casinos and own the land, and they got straight hair, and they look like goddamn Mexicans and Chinese people and white people, those are what you call $5 Indians. Those are descendants of the people who actually took the land and they acted like they was the people who the land got took from. Black people are the original Indians.
What?
I'll take composition fallacy with a side order of circular reasoning, please. A composition fallacy is when someone infers that something is true of the whole based on the fact that it's true of some part of the whole. Some non-indigenous people gain control of indigenous land, therefore non-indigenous people control indigenous land. No, that's not how logic works. He follows that with some circular reasoning, just restating without evidence that black people are the original Native Americans.
Godfrey, real quick. You know, as a full Nigerian, have you ever heard an oral tradition like, don't go out by the river at night because you can get jumped by the white man and he'll bring you on a boat across the water?
I never heard any of that. All I heard, like my father would tell me stories, just Nigerian proverbs and stuff that it relate to just Africa.
What?
Here we have another argument from incredulity. I've never heard of this, therefore how could it be true?
Have you heard of a story? Pick one, any story of a war that took place where some of your kinfolk was captured and brought over to another landmass.
No. What?
Yet another argument from incredulity. Not only do we have multiple first-hand accounts confirming that the Middle Passage took place, at least 2 African nations have apologized for their role in the Atlantic slave trade. In 1999, a president of Benin apologized for his nation's role in the slave trade, and in 2006, Ghana apologized to African American descendants of slaves. So there we have it. Let's do a final tally. Circular reasoning, 7. Shifting burden of proof, 1. Appeal to common sense, 1. Quote mining, 1. Factual errors, at least 1. Composition fallacy, 2. Arguments from incredulity, 3. Evidence, 0. Now I had a...
Let me pause it real quick. Look at this. Look at this tally. But the one that stick out the most,
no evidence.
No freaking evidence. By none of them. And I'm talking Lord Jamal, Isaiah, Young Pseudo, Con Calloway. Straight. This is the problem, man. This is the problem. These fools said that lady. It's always the black women, man. That's the most vulnerable in these movements. That lady sat out there and said we the real Native Americans on both sides of the pants. And won't do a DNA test. She gonna tell you the DNA fake because somebody else told her DNA fake. Until one of her brothers get locked up by the police and they get out over DNA. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy, all the way crazy. Go ahead, Sutik. What are you gonna say?
Nah. Shit, I'm astounded as you. I'm definitely check out some more this professor's videos though.
Yeah,
I ran across him on the humbug.
Professor Darius.
Yeah. I'm definitely probably gonna have to subscribe. I ran across dude on the humbug. I'm trying to check and see if he got some more videos about old Dane.
He do. He got another one on Dane. We just gotta find it. All his stuff is about Black history too.
Yeah, I see. History debunked.
Let me share my screen. So y'all can see what I see.
Oh yeah, he going in griots to black preachers and all type of shit.
Mm-hmm. He knew who to go get. That boy had every dang prominent relative pseudo today. Notice he ain't had nobody old on that joker. Okay, these videos 3 years old. So at some point, how old was the dang jump?
Oh, shit.
Cause he said something about the day before that one. So if I knew the date, I ain't on it right now.
August 26, 2020. So about 3 years ago, almost.
I don't see the one with Diane on this joke. Let me do live.
Shoot, me neither.
You got lives on here. 2 years ago.
Okay, it is. Yeah. It's one right after. Put it in the.
What you find?
In the back check. The other one with he talking
What's
about that. Yeah,
Nah,
I put it
in this private check.
All right. Let me see. Hold on, I gotta find it on the laptop now. Then.
If you was on your phone, it should have said just check right next to the settings.
No, I'm on my laptop on the stream, but I was looking on my phone.
Okay. You put it in the back, you said?
Yeah, in the back check.
I get it. Y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Should be able to play it. Let me know if you get the audio.
Darius Spearman.
Get audio.
Watching African Elements.
Yep.
Doing something new today. Welcome to the first edition of Say What? This channel is dedicated to Black and Africana Studies related content, but there's a lot of misinformation about what Black Studies is and a lot of claims circulating that are spreading misconceptions about historical facts, the Black experience, and the discipline itself. Whether that's made up quotes, Harriet Tubman never said that, or other facts that people believe that just aren't true. This isn't true. So I'm going to start what may be a regular series, deconstructing some of these myths and questionable claims, and hopefully give folks some tools to determine whether a claim warrants belief. I'll be uploading regular content as well, but for now, let's establish the rule. This is a game I sometimes use in the classroom to help my students deconstruct claims. It's called red light, yellow light, green light. If you already know the rules, then just jump straight to here, and that'll take you straight to the video. I'm going to pick some content that makes some claim that's related to either Black history, Black studies, or the Black experience. A green light means go. A yellow or red light will come up whenever I come to something that's either a bold claim with no evidence, a vague, overly broad, simplistic, or unfalsifiable claim, meaning that there's no way to determine whether it's true or false, or something that's logically fallacious. Some logical fallacies include cherry-picking information, which we often find, for example, in vaccine deniers, who will find one study that supports their claim and ignore hundreds of others that contradict it. Straw man arguments, or arguments that misconstrue and then attack an argument that nobody's making, or arguments from ignorance, which you commonly hear in statements like, well, how else would you explain it? Those are the most common examples of logical fallacies, but there's many others, and I'm sure we'll encounter them. Right? So now that we've established the rules, let's jump in. I'm going to start with a video by Dane Calloway that he titles The Effects of Social Engineering Experiments on Black Americans. It's a channel with quite a few subscribers, and this video, which was posted 2 weeks ago, already has 100,000 views, so he's crushing it on YouTube. All I can say is kudos to you, Dane. I'm not here to take you down. We're just here to do an exercise in examining some claims. So in all sincerity, big props to you. There's also a link to the original video below if you'd like to check that out. Let's get into the video.
What if America is witnessing history repeat itself in modern day times, but things won't be so recognizable to people due to the consistency of publicized social distractions already underway?
What? Okay, let's slow down. We have a kind of a vague claim here that there are public social distractions underway. We need more specificity on what distractions are they? What are they distracting us from? This is what we would call an unfalsifiable claim.
I think they're doing everything they can to instill fear in people, and I think it's ridiculous, and I think they're very disreputable. And some of the Democrats are doing it the way it should be, but some of them are trying to gain political favor by saying a lot of untruths. The fact is...
And with the public's attention focused on multiple fear-mongering social engineering experiments all at once.
What? Okay, again, yellow light. Let's slow down. What are these social experiments? How many of them? So we would need, again, this is sort of a vague, unfalsifiable claim.
That provides a clear pathway for allowing strangers to propagate and implement their own deceitful hidden agendas against the population in general or targeted at whomever they so choose to. Just think about that for a second.
What? Slow down. Think about what specific claim are you making?
Because even a virus has to be injected, whether it's for food, water, electrical beams, or central processing units. And it's apparent that it can...
What? Not quite sure what he means there. Electrical beam, I don't know if he's talking about computer viruses or... this is kind of a vague. What is he talking about here? How does an electrical beam transmit a virus? That's kind of a weird claim, but let's keep going.
Can be utilized as a weapon targeted at a particular person or groups of people. So the question remains, who has control over these social engineering experiments?
What? Again, we haven't established that there are social engineering experiments because you haven't specified what these experiments are. So I don't know who's controlling them or if they even exist because we haven't gotten into a specific claim yet. But hopefully he'll do that soon.
Because the sooner we can populate that answer, the sooner we'll know just who should be held responsible for lots of things occurring across the world.
What? Again, a vague claim. There are lots of things. Yes, there are lots of things going on in the world. What specific things are you referring to? And then we'll be able to better determine how to hold people responsible for them.
Because we don't have to reach too far back in time to recall other social engineering experiments that have been conducted upon our people, like Margaret Sanger with Planned Parenthood.
What? Okay, again, yellow light. This is kind of complicated. Margaret Sanger's history is very complicated. She was a eugenicist, so there's a little bit more context to that quote than he is than he's presenting.
The Public Health Service Division of the Department of Health and Human Services with the Tuskegee Airmen experiment.
What? Okay, stop. So I don't know whether to give him the benefit of the doubt on this and just assume it was maybe a slip of the tongue, but I'm hoping he knows that there's a difference between the Tuskegee Airmen and the Tuskegee experiment. Although he did show a photo of the Tuskegee Airmen in the video, I'm not sure. I hope he understands those are two different things. The Tuskegee experiment is a thing, and there's a history behind that is a lot of the underlying reason why a lot of Black folks don't trust the medical establishment. Even with that, there's a lot of misconceptions about what that actually was.
Charles Darwin and Francis Galton with eugenics.
What? we have an oversimplification here of specifically Charles Darwin. Now, his cousin was a eugenicist who based a lot of his claims on Darwin's work. Darwin himself, it's a little bit more complicated than that. The word eugenics wasn't coined until after. As a matter of fact, it was his cousin that built on his work who coined that phrase. So it's a little bit complicated there. I think he's oversimplifying that. But certainly his cousin was a eugenicist, believed in racial purity, etc.
Walter Plecker with the Racial Integrity Act of 1924, and the United States with segregation laws, in which some of these laws seems as if they are still active today, because reality shows us that nothing is racially equal 100%.
What? Okay, again, he's mixing in some facts in there. Everything that he's saying is a thing. Racial segregation is a thing. Was an experiment. Again, he has. Maybe it would be helpful if he defined what he meant by social engineering experiment. I'm not sure what point he's making about it, though.
In your opinion, would it be too far-fetched to claim that there's an agenda to exterminate a particular group of people in today's society?
What? Yes. The time to believe a claim is when you have sufficient evidence to establish that the claim is true. Extermination of a population, that's far-fetched, and I'll tell you why. There has always been an effort to control labor. There's always been an effort to suppress the uplift of particularly Black folks, but people of color in general as well. Exterminate them? No. That would be silly because the U.S. economy continues to and has always depended on the labor of people of color. There would have been no reason or desire for slave owners to eradicate their slaves. What would they do without them? No. Even the prison population serves many purposes. There's no incentive, or especially prison guards, to eradicate all prisoners. That's one of the most powerful lobbies there is. And certainly if that were on their agenda, that we would have known by now, but they would be out of a job if we eradicated all prisoners. So certainly control, I'm with you on that, but eradicate, no.
And if you answered yes, then how would you explain multiple reports stating that, quote, a COVID-19 vaccine will only work if trials included Black participants?
What? Well, okay, here's what we call an argument from ignorance. So this has to be true, because how else would you explain it, right? Okay, we're getting in some interesting territory here. I think I'm going to cut the video where I'm almost a little bit more than halfway through. Maybe I'll do a part 2 on this, but you get the idea. I wasn't able to get very far before hitting a red light or a yellow light. So I'm really curious to see.
So Dane did all of that to try to say something about the COVID-19 vaccine. This is so, bro. This lets you know he's manipulating people. He's misguiding these people. All them people that was trying to be abos and that are in the medical field, they still ain't questioning the fact that this dude is making up stuff, bro. Like, and they got vaccinated. It's people over there in his chat that work in hospitals and know COVID is real and the vaccine works. And I guarantee you, they probably didn't even challenge him on that because they just let him listen to him think.
Yeah, you're definitely an idiot.
Yeah.
It's sad. A lot of people being manipulated by dude.
Yeah, bro. I thought Dakota Dane Calloway was dead, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I thought Dakota Dane Calloway died, man, so long ago. That white girl can shoot, bro. South Carolina was down 11 points. It came all the way back, went up 2 points, and then the girl, went up 1 point. The girl hit a 3, now they up 2. First half. It's a good game. Told you, man, the winners be where it's at. But yeah, he's a complete idiot, Sister LaDosha. But as you can see, there are people out there that are working to try to like silence him. The thing about it, his audience so big. I think people that are still subscribed to him, maybe half of those people aren't really watching him. You know what I'm saying? They're not watching him, and therefore, because they're not watching him, he's not getting the 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 million views that he was getting before. His views are down because that video is a year old. And you know, when he first was heating up, he was getting 500,000 views to 1 million views or more than that. And that's just a simple fact. But he has been plagiarizing. He's done a lot of that. So he's very disingenuous in his information. And it's intentional. Everything that he does is intentional. So you're not going to deal with him on no other term but the term that he is on. And now you see why Lord Jamar saying some of the dumb stuff that he's saying. And other people are saying some of the dumb stuff. Is new. It's, you know, since 2017 they've been saying stupid stuff. But yeah, to see just only his video with 500,000 people there to only get 100,000 is over 100,000 views is showing me that people aren't watching him as much. Although he is he's still eating. He got to figure out a way to eat.
That's why he started talking about COVID. He's an opportunist. He used that opportunity to get in some misinformation about the pandemic that we suffering in. That's fucked up. It's been people losing their lives over this shit, bro. You think this shit a game?
I think he did that video in the middle of that motherfucker too.
Sad. It's the nigga y'all follow.
Yep. The code of Dane Calloway is real. That's sad. Yeah, it's messed up. Cause he gonna get people killed. It's a lot of things that can happen with the way that he's pushing the agenda. They calling everything on South Carolina, bro. The little white girl can't intro. But nah, man, it's it is what it is. What can we do at this point? I mean, we continue to fight the fight, but what can we do? They gonna believe what they want to believe, but they ain't gonna change nothing. Nothing gonna come of it. They still gonna be stuck and saying what they're saying. But the problem is the children. That's what we gotta have the strongest fight.
Yep, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Sit your kids down, your nieces, your nephews, your little cousins, and explain this shit to them, because we ain't got to worry about them. We ain't got to worry about these grown folks. We got to worry about the generation after them. So we can drown them out. We can drown out the elbows by teaching the generation that come behind us, because they next up. Sit them kids down, let them know. Nah. You from this place called Africa. Most likely you from the West Coast.
Yep. So let them know, man. Yep, you gotta let them know. You do that, and you fight the fight that way. And we got publications out to counter a lot of ignorance, but we continue to do that. But to deny history and stuff like that, that's a problem. That's a problem in itself. So we gotta handle our business. We gotta handle our business all the way. Let me see what we got in the chat. I mean, we can help you fight the barbershop stuff, Sister LaDosha, but we really can't. I don't know how elementary we can make it, if you understand what I'm saying. We can try to make it as elementary as possible, but we can do about that at that point. If they have questions or comments or something and they trying to build on it, then they can ask a question and we can answer with evidence.
Yeah, bring them on over here. We have a barbershop talk.
Right. Because we know they ain't reading, so we got to reach the readers. Or the one we got to penetrate that. I would love to have 100,000 of his followers though. But they protect him. He's protected, man. He don't go nowhere and put up no contention with other people. Because when he did, he was taking a hit. That's why I think his views might not be as big as they were when he went on his little wave. But he had a nice little couple of year wave going. And it is what it is at that point. But I don't think that he's the only one that people are really like. I don't think that's the brother that we just listened to. Let me subscribe. Yeah, he did a video 12 days ago. West African Roots of Black Religion. Yeah, we'll hear what he say. But they hit Diane Calloway on TikTok. There was a TikTok wave against Diane Calloway.
Yeah, I seen that. It kept popping up when I was looking for some of his shit. They on him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit y'all with another one. I'm gonna show you. It's some
Absolutely. I did a segment on that. There's a lot of dances that we do that we have been doing for years and we just call it different things. Sorry for shaking the table. That's why you see the mic doing that. I'm actually hitting the table here. But what's that? Damn, what is that other dance that they got in Memphis? But it's similar to ours, like in DC. We call it beat your feet, but it's a bunch of stuff dealing with feet and hands that we do a lot. Like on the West Coast, they got their, I forgot what it's called, but they got their own dances out there too. It's all similar. But yeah, man, it's jugging or juking. Yeah, that's in Memphis. But we all been doing this for a while, but people just don't pay attention. And you know what some people would do? Some people would say, we got that from Africa. We got that from what African tribe we get that from? We were naturally born with that. What African tribe came over here and we copied? Think of one. Pick one. What African tribe came over here and we copied?
Life is complete. The damn world is free. Do it to one but free. The soul sonic force
short night, still be right in my day. As the people say, live it up, shucks. So work or play, our world is free. Be what you be. You're in a place where the nights are hot.
He never let me down. He's always around. He never let me down. He's always around. My back was against the wall. All I had to do is call. All I had to do is call. All I had to do is call. Last time I talked to you. You got a right to the tree of life. You got a right. You got a right to the tree of life. Every mother got a right. You got a right to the tree of life. Every mother got a right. You got a right to the tree of life. You got a right. You got a right. You got a right to the tree of life. You got a right. You got.
The point is that a lot of the things that he says on shows, he's been refuted. And it's really easy to refute him if we just do our due diligence as a people and we deal with it the way that we need to deal with it, because he's wrong. He's easy to be corrected, but people don't want to listen. People don't want to listen, right? It's just like that show they did where they showed him being a whack rapper, and then he turned around and became this whole dude. And so there's people that are actually trying to fight back, and that's why you have some of the indigenous natives that are actually speaking up to refute him and deal with the campaign that he's on, because he's really, you know what I mean? He's really messed us up as a people. And then they try to, blame it on the government and the white man and all that, And people like hearing new stuff, man. It's intriguing. Did we do the Dan Calloway? Hold up. I got to do this. It's like she taking.
Hey folks, Darius Spearman here, professor of Black Studies and creator of African Elements. I need to make a correction to my last video in which I discussed Dane Calloway's claim that Harriet Tubman is a fictional character. At one point in the video, Dane made an assertion that he dishonestly framed as a question.
So the question remains, how was Harriet Tubman cognizant of the routes ranging from southern to northern parts of these lands and all the way to Canada, with her being an alleged runaway slave?
And here's my response, which needs correction. Here we have what can generously be called a straw man fallacy. I say generously because a straw man fallacy consists of substituting an argument with a distorted, exaggerated, or misrepresented version of the argument. No historian who understands the Underground Railroad would claim that Harriet Tubman was cognizant of the routes from the South all the way to Canada. That's not how the Underground Railroad worked. The Underground Railroad operated as a network in which each agent played his or her specific role. Tubman's role as conductor was to guide slaves from the eastern shore of Maryland, where she escaped, to one of the safe houses in the free state of Pennsylvania. From there, runaway slaves would continue along the network to the next safe house. So, is Dane purposely misrepresenting our historical understanding of the Underground Railroad? Or is he just plain ignorant of what historians actually say about it? I'll let you decide. In my response, I was describing how the Underground Railroad worked in general terms. That description was in fact accurate initially for Harriet Tubman, but I failed to address his actual argument, that Harriet Tubman couldn't have been cognizant of the routes from the border state of Maryland to Canada. What's abundantly clear from the evidence, though, is that the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 made slave rescuing even more dangerous than it had previously been. As a result, Harriet Tubman had to change her route and moved her base of operations to St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada West. We have first-hand accounts of her activities in Canada, as well as her activities at the Salem Chapel BME Church, where she attended services. In fact, St. Catharines became a destination for hundreds of fugitive slaves who eventually formed a thriving community there. The source is linked in the description below if you'd like to check it out. The point I was trying to make is that Tubman's network that she built along with other activists was only a part of a much larger network. That network itself was attached to a much larger movement. The people involved in that movement chose to put themselves in an extraordinarily dangerous position. Even so, the Underground Railroad often operated in an informal way that wasn't attached to any network. In fact, most slaves ran away with no help from anyone and just kind of winged it. Other times, people made on-the-spot decisions. This slave is on my doorstep, freezing and hungry with a baby in her arms. Do I help her and risk a $1,000 fine and 6 months in prison, or do I turn her away? That's the context that Dane is missing in his claim. Still, my response would have been better described as an argument from incredulity. The fact that you can't or refuse to believe something isn't evidence that it's not true. In order to demonstrate that something's not true, you have to actually provide evidence. So, what would constitute proper evidence? Let's take a claim that's been repeated in front of school children for generations. George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. According to the claim, when Washington was 6 years old, he received a hatchet as a gift and damaged his father's cherry tree. When his father angrily confronted him, young George bravely said, "I cannot tell a lie. I cut it with my hatchet." Supposedly, Washington's father then embraced him and rejoiced that his son's honesty was worth more than 1,000 trees. This account appears in a biography written by Mason Locke Weems. It was written after George Washington's death in 1799, but it wasn't until the 5th edition, published in 1806, that this account was inserted. So, in the case of George Washington and the cherry tree, we have a single account told after George Washington's death and decades after the event supposedly took place. We also have absolutely no corroborating accounts from people who even claim to have witnessed it firsthand. Dane's problem here is that in Harriet Tubman's case, we have dozens of contemporaries corroborating the accounts of her activities on the Underground Railroad. We have first-hand accounts of her moving her operations to St. Catharines in Canada. We also have the physical evidence of the church that she attended that still stands to this day. And we have court records of the people within her network who were prosecuted for their work on the Underground Railroad. Such people include Thomas Garrett, who was left financially devastated in the wake of a judgment against him for helping a family of fugitive slaves escape. The first-hand accounts of Tubman, Garrett, and many others all corroborate their extraordinarily courageous work on the Underground Railroad and the network of safe houses that they established. You can read those reports as told by the people who were involved with them in William Still's contemporary book, The Underground Railroad. There's a link to an electronic edition of the book in the description below. Anyway, I thought that needed to be clarified. Intellectual honesty dictates that when you make a mistake, you own it and correct it.
Because that's what heroes do.
That dude's, he put some energy into correcting Diane Calloway. That takes some patience, man. Him and Jehudi, shout out to Jehudi, man, because him and Jehudi, boy, I ain't seen nobody else do dang like that but Jehudi. But I see where everybody at though, cause I'm signed in the Kofi joint. Oh, hold on, let me find Jehudi. Yeah, my Callaway. He tried to get his channel taken down too, I think. Put a plug on the internet. Put a plug on the internet, dog. Put a plug on the internet. See, 3 years ago. Put a plug on the internet.
You know the damage one ignorant Negro can do. The day of the Geechee is gone, boy. And you going with it. We can't let nobody go on believing we all fools like you.
So there was a distress call for a number of treaties. Let me just all begin by telling you, one, the Library of Congress has digitized many of their records.
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
Told
Hey,
you.
pull a plug on the internet.
I'm just here to let you know, researchers and potential researchers, most, if not all of it that is digitized online is free and accessible. If you were to go to the Library of Congress and receive a copy, you would receive a copy of the same document anyway that is digitized online. Online, you want something about Southern Indian affairs. Here are the records. Told
Hey,
you.
pull a plug on the internet.
Voila. You can get them in PDF form and download. There was a distress call saying need a whole team to digitize these documents. Well, la-di-da, they're digitized, and all you'd have to do is print them out from the Library of Congress website. See the word Cherokees right there?
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
You don't need to go around spending all this money. By the way, I am African, so you can scratch that off the list. I am talking to you. So you don't got to spend nothing. I'm going to show the rest of the world now to help you in your pursuits and help them in their pursuits. And I'm going to be here to help you research, because this is what New Black Knowledge does. You don't need to be alone, young man. Told
hey,
you.
pull a plug on the internet.
You need some help? I'm going to let you know, slow down and calm down. They've already been digitized. Every document that you have mentioned is digitized. I'm not going to go through each one. People know where they can find the video and they can recall these. These are the Saka Fox Nation that you were curious about, and on their site, and you will find them other places, are the original documents you're distressed about. Told
hey,
you.
pull a plug on the internet.
You can get these, by the way, if you think this is just a scan image, you can go and search online and find these treaties for free. The U.S. National Archives is in the process of digitizing all of the ratified Indian treaties, of which 19 were made with the Sauk and Fox people.
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
digitized for free. What are you paying for? What's the secret? Let's continue. There were questions about the agreements with the Cherokee tribes. Once again, the link is to help the Gullah Geechee, a West African descended people in America who need our support. The thing should be on the screen. If you appreciate me just trying to help you research. Here is the ratified treaty number 246 that was mentioned about the Comanche and the Alani and the Andarko and all the other nations already digitized and transcribed for your consumption. What are you paying for?
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
Now the rest of the world can help you in your pursuit, the call out you just gave, and they will know that most of what you claim to need help digitizing is in fact digitized, transcribed, and for free. What are you paying for? I'm just here to help the next generation of researchers realize that these things are not cost prohibitive, but indeed you do need to know how to research.
Hey, pull the plug on the internet.
Let's continue on. Here is the Oneida treaty that was mentioned. And you too, friends, don't worry about it. This is just a picture, but oh no, because if you want to see the whole thing, once again, there's that name again. This image is via the Library of Congress, which means that the rest of it is likely on the Library of Congress site, digitized and ready for you to see for free. You're welcome, America. You too can make a succession of videos now that you have it and slice and dice the information to tell your story and get your hustle on. Next one. Here is the treaty between Texas commissioners and the Cherokee Indians, which you too can find online with the transcription next to it for free.
Hey, boy, the nigga whole style is chump. You understand?
You need help with what? Exactly. You spent money on what? I'm showing all of them, and I paid $0 for any of it. I'm just here to help you research the other ones. Here, once again, copies right there for you, is the Treaty of Ghent that you mentioned, which is a very important one in American history, but still not a secret. It's an important American document already digitized and transcribed for consumption. This is registered in the United States National Archives, where information is now digitized.
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
What are you paying for? Secret documents? Oh, you mentioned secret documents. We'll get to that one too. Next, you want information on Russia's involvement with California, I was told. Here we are. The records of the Russian-American Fur Company. Here's the URL, folks, if you want it. And here is the mere PDF with all of the transcripts of the original 1824 and all that you see today of what's in the folders about Russia's involvement with California. Still not paying, not a secret. Here they are. I'm just here to help you and people who watch this video research. LOC.gov is your friend, and it's free.
Bruh.
You don't have to go to DC to see many, not all, of the documents. There was a statement about Harriet Tubman and her connection to Canada and how do they do that. Here is a historical point for you. Okay? And that is there was a network of connections. So she did not have to know the straight route all of the time. Excuse me, let's just take the first time from where she left to where she was going, even if it included Canada, because there are people along the way. It was a network. Once she went once, she knew the route and conduct her own freedom runs, if you will. How did she know to go to Canada? Because in Canada lived a free Black community. Amongst its members were names like Josiah Henson. Harriet Tubman was around St. Catharines up in Canada. There was a whole Black community up in Canada, and the center of the Black settlement is in St. Catharines, as you can see, which was located 100 meters from Harriet Tubman's home. As a matter of fact, in Canada at the same time was a Black church named the Zion Baptist Church. Look up the name Anthony Burns. He probably has a Wikipedia page. He ran away and was in Canada before her. She knew that Black people were in Canada. And of course, as always, the AME Church is involved the whole way from down south to up north, wherever you're going, with the Underground Railroad, thus making a network. That's a little side note and a historical one for you when you want to deal with my people's history. Harriet Tubman being my people. So that's how they knew to go to Canada as a destination. I'm speaking measured on purpose. Once again, I'm just here to help you research.
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
Next one. Here is another Sioux Treaty. Big secret? No. There we go. Right here. There you go. Primary. Want the transcription? You can get that too. Here is the Sioux Treaty available for free. Stop screaming. Stop screaming. You don't have to pay anymore. If you need help, Uncle Truth is here. Uncle Truth, the African, if you will. Since you want to know who the African is, I'll be the first to stand up and say I am.
First of all, you're gonna have to take your shoes off, bro.
Is here to help you. The African is lending support to you, buddy. Remember that. Your old team Kunta, as you call them, a point for this assist. That's that Sioux one again. This is the treaty with the Oneida, which surprisingly you had no idea how to pronounce or who the Oneida was, and they were a pretty big and popular nation. Why don't you know about your nations? The Oneida and the Tuscarora, as it's pronounced, were pretty big nations. You can find and read that online. This is from Yale, and you could most likely find the digitized version of the document.
Danny,
I'm here to help you research. Yes, my brother.
hey, while you on that site, what happens if you put African slave trade inside the national? What would come
Which one?
up?
The Library of Congress?
Yeah.
I'm just going to type
Come
slave
up?
trade.
Because,
How about
since
that?
this is the favorite source.
Yeah.
What could possibly come up?
Well, available online are 551 of the 585 items that they speak of. And one Thomas Jefferson, obviously speaking on the abolition of the slave trade, and they use Thomas Jefferson in the Library of Congress and primary documents as a resource. So what he's talking about here could count as real according to their logic, no?
I'm gonna just shut my entire internet down.
So what that means, to help you out, my brother, when it says African slave trade and James Madison speaks of it in 1821, there was no more denial that the African slave trade did not happen using the same methodology for research that they have. And I could go and print these out and tell you that I have copies of the original document mentioning African slave trade. Maybe they now will have tools to get through this. Hopefully somebody can talk that guy off the ledge. So, you know, because it's very, very important that, you know.
People that know this stuff.
Okay, listen to the plea.
That's not my problem. That's not my fault.
Oh, yeah, it's your fault now.
Us and the people that's watching.
What you need?
I need help with these treaties.
Uh-oh, see? Did we help him, gang? Everybody, how many people watching? Everybody say it with me. Did we help? Did we help? Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Uncle True, for helping him. He seemed in distress. Can I get one thank you from the audience? As a matter of fact, you know, support the movement. There we go. Did Uncle True come online and help someone in distress? Could it change the way that you even research along the way? Two things accomplished, yes? Did it?
This is Dane Calloway's
son. Oh, who? I don't know. I don't know you, buddy. But you should sound like a distressed man. So I'm just here to help you. So I don't.
And look, I have congressional records that I pay.
Oh, there we go. So congressional records, folks, now you know can be found on what? The Library of Congress has congressional records. So when I tell you to go to LOC, which stands for Library of Congress.gov, guess what's going to be on that site, folks? Crazy thing to think about, right?
Paid a good amount of money for.
That's where you got jukes, and that's why I'm here to help you research. That's where the jukes was in. They saw you coming. If you paid for them, Uncle Truth is here to let you and the world know. If you want to be a researcher, holla at MBK. Go to the videos, check the methodology. You want the primaries, we deal with them. Here you go, folks. And here's where you can get them. You too can play along. This is therapy for you to heal you and save you a few dollars, because I don't want to hear you jokes or screaming on the internet you need help with this ever again.
And I need sources.
I gave you the sources. Oh, I gave you. I ran through about 10, 12 of them that you need them. Rewind the video. You got them. Rewind the video.
I need help with this stuff. Like,
that's what Uncle Truth is here for. Don't you go around pulling the plug it back in. The cable guy's here. You plug it in and the connect is here. You see how that works? You going around unplugging it, plug it back in. The cable guy's here to help your connection.
Like, wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute and hold this L.
NBK way is NBK all day. NBK way is NBK all day.
Put a plug on the internet. It is what it is, but you gotta put a plug on the internet, dog. Put a plug on the internet, dog. Listen, man, I had enough of this Negro, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, bro. Stay away from the pseudos. Go over there and holler at Unc.
I think oftentimes when people hear me and see me, they think that I'm a fool. They think that somehow or another I've lost my mind, that I'm not down with the in crowd. They've said that nobody would love me. and that I'm an outcast. But let me say this here and now. We can be clear about anything. Please let me be clear about this. And I pray that it's received and understood. I don't want to be one of you. I don't want to be one of you weak men, weak people.
For my brother,
I'd rather die. Death is welcome rather than to call myself you spineless black men.
Side-high, I ain't your traditional rapper smoking medicinal, stayed in detention. Life is all about principles, cynical ass niggas. Sorry that I offended you. I bring something different while niggas sounding identical. I'd rather drown in a swimming pool than to let you imbeciles stop me from topping my pinnacle. Try me blocked by the genitals. Trust me, it's not intentional. It's the difference between a gangster and a criminal. Cause real gangsters can't do Breakfast Club interviews. A lot of you niggas don't own a business suit, but slave for every pair of Michael Jordan tennis shoe. But anywho, got your bitch walking around like she winning pool with no bottoms on, just the top of her swimming suit. What you gon' say when them niggas gon' try to get at you? Them in what army, or you just talking in general? Cause in the end, we all gon' die like them Seminoles, nigga. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up. These niggas weak. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up. These niggas weak.
I look at the sorry state of black men in America today, the destruction of the family, the loss of integrity. When as a young boy, black shot down every day for years without stopping, when I look at what we are as black people, I'd rather be dead than to continue to live against such.
Y'all ain't trying to start a revolution. Y'all looking for a restitution. Niggas kill each other every day and ain't no evolution. My partner shot 100 niggas and it was never proven. We just labeled him a gangster and kept it moving. Let me give you the same outcome, separate shooting. A white man kill a black, we holler persecution. So instead of looting, it's time to find some better schooling. You can act like y'all don't understand when I'm elocuting. Did I stutter? I was never Reuben. Y'all ain't no Black Panthers. You wasn't there with Newton. You ain't Marshall Martin. Try to better humans instead of all these rappers. We need some better students. It's time to rebuild the neighborhoods that we helped to ruin, and the NAACP. Y'all need some help recruiting. Fuck a resolution. Let's get some retribution. I feel like Malcolm X when he left the movement. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up. These niggas weak. These niggas weak. I'm fucking up. These niggas weak. Yeah. Y'all know what it is, yeah, I said it, nigga. All you niggas laying up with these bitches with no condoms and shit. Having mistake babies and shit, leaving these women to motherfucking raise your kids by their motherfucking self. Yeah, my nigga, I said it. You don't like what's going on in the motherfucking America, leave this motherfucker. When they said we were free, my nigga, that mean we were free to go back where the fuck we came from, my nigga. Yeah, a whole motherfucking continent that belong to us, nigga. It's called Africa, motherfucker. The fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all ain't trying to start no revolution. Y'all motherfuckers spent 10 bands on the motherfucking section in the motherfucking club. 10 bands to build a whole motherfucking neighborhood in Nigeria, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.